Hey everyone, welcome to episode 70 of the Unity Gaming Podcast. It is Wednesday.
Oh my god!
For some reason, seeing 6/19/2013 fucked my brain up. We are June 19th, 2013, and I'm Riccio.
I'm Dan.
I'm Somppi.
And I'm Kumar.
And
a robot.
We
You about
are...
to go all stupid on me just now?
No, you ended up being alright.
A robot.
So it's been a crazy after E3 week.
It has.
It's been a lot less exciting.
Filled with a lot of emotions.
Kind of a lot of
and
emotions.
We do news after. Shut up.
No, I'm not talking about that.
And
I'm just saying for us to like
passion.
I don't know about
And
passion.
love.
I didn't know.
Caring.
Okay, yeah, you got
A
me.
feeling of depression and
The
loneliness.
feeling of depression.
A
So
feeling.
we really don't even know what Sompy was up to this week.
Well, we know he got a cold.
Dude, I was dying on Monday.
That's not fun.
It was atrocious. I
heard-
hated it.
I heard you were dying.
Feeling better now or what?
Yeah, I'm feeling. I slept 13 hours
That'll do it.
That's good.
between Monday and Tuesday, so I kind of am feeling better now, which is a good thing.
Wow.
That's good.
But I'm still a little stuffed up, but it's not as bad as.
Don't got any fungus growing out of your face? Or
No, no
anything?
fungus.
No, okay, we're good.
So what have you guys been playing this week?
Katamari. No, okay. I think we've all been playing Last of Us.
Oh my god.
I actually started my week with Sound Shapes.
Yes, I've been playing that as well, Kumar. I saw you message me Sound Shapes when I started playing Sound Shapes, and then
Yeah. It was like $375, I think.
Yeah, it
For
was-
this week or this past week.
yeah, it was really good.
Devin actually
$375
purchased it
Online, yeah.
during the last podcast.
I did?
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh.
you remember?
No, yeah, I did.
Just handed me
Because it was your
the Vita.
birthday.
Yeah, it was my birthday.
How was your birthday?
My birthday was good. It was real good.
That sounds genuine.
Yeah, no, it was actually it was a lot of fun.
He just bullshits and says that it was great
It was
when it's
really
good.
depressing. I
tear
sat
rolling
alone
down.
and just drank a bottle of scotch. I did drink a bottle of scotch though. It's really nice scotch, actually.
I thought you were
Maybe
gonna
that's
say-
why you were sick, Devin.
Yeah. Are you sure you weren't like a cold?
I didn't finish the whole bottle by myself.
Sure you didn't.
Well, I drank a lot of it, but not that much. But yeah, one of my friends got me a lovely bottle of Glen Parker, which I found out is not made in Canada or is not shipped to Canada anymore.
I thought that was a man for some reason.
No, it's not a man. But thank you for assuming that.
Bottled essence of like.
Glen Parker.
C'est la vie.
Glen Parker.
Smells like cookies. All right.
Glen Parker.
So you
smells
had
like
some Glen
cookies.
Parker.
Yeah, I had some Glen Parker, which
Perfect.
is really depressing because it's not
Oh.
made in. It's not made in Canada, or it's not sold in Canada anymore.
And you
it's,
finished it.
it's I've got a quarter of a bottle left,
Okay.
so I'm not done it yet. But
Well, you're going to finish it by the time you're done playing The Last of Us.
probably that game makes me want to drink and cry, in a good way.
So I want all of you to describe your progression. in
Wait,
The Last of Us.
because this is a longer conversation, should we talk about the other games that we played first?
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Fine.
So I played Sound
your
Shapes
last
with
one.
Kumar, and
Okay.
it's really good. I haven't beaten the game unlike Kumar because I don't sit down and just hammer out things in one sitting like Kumar.
Oh man, I raped that game's face so bad. 'Cause
Okay.
everyone-
Whoa!
Jesus, Kumar.
Everyone told me that Sound Shapes was one of the most difficult games that had come out, and this and that.
Really?
and-
I find it to be really easy.
This is a family-friendly fucking podcast, man.
Yo, fuck.
Fuck that shit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so people told me that because after you, this is not a spoiler, but after you beat so every level is
After you beat-
basically a record.
There are 3 modes in the game.
Oh god, for a second
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Last of Us. I was like,
No. This is so there's three modes, but
Yeah.
the 2 latter modes only unlock after you've completed the campaign.
which
That's
I
right.
forgot about.
So-
and yeah.
Yeah, so when you beat the campaign, it basically flips, like every level is a record, and then there's different tracks on the record that you play. So after you've completed the campaign, you flip the record and it goes into like death mode or whatever
It's called death mode.
Okay, yeah. So these particular levels are basically smaller scenes from within the main levels, and they're timed. And so you have to collect X amount of notes within the particular time allotted. And they're challenging in their own right, but you can get through them pretty easily. So for all the buddies of mine who were like, yeah, you're never gonna do it, man. If you had problems with Meat Boy, this is gonna, wreck your face. Yeah, platinumed.
Really?
Done. Set
Jeez,
that shit
Kumar.
aside.
Solving the problem.
I'm
Yep.
guessing you just looked up the solutions to all the note hunter.
Yeah,
ones or whatever they're
I wasn't
called.
gonna sit there and try to guess all that shit. So I was like, yeah, this is not worth it. So forget that. And then actually, funny thing for anyone else who does have sound shapes.
Oh.
So I didn't realize that this happens, but I finished it on my Vita, and then I wanted to see how similar or how different it was playing it on a PS3 on a bigger screen. So I cloud synced before right after I finished everything on my Vita, I cloud synced it. And then I went to cloud sync on my PS3, and for 4 minutes straight, it just sat there pinging trophies.
Oh, really?
So you don't, yeah. So
yeah,
it's
so
weird.
it's
I've never
two
seen that
different
happen.
lists, but the completion in one unlocks trophies in the
Ah,
other.
okay.
Yeah,
so
and
you
I had
actually
no idea
just
that
get
they actually did
double.
that.
So he just got 2 platinums out of sound shapes
That's intense.
for the effort of 1.
Wow. Damn.
And that too, it wasn't even a whole lot of effort.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which didn't sound like it was that hard.
Well,
No.
the price was right.
Yeah.
Great.
75.
That's a great game, though. I mean,
Oh, it's really
Like, this
fun on the
isn't-
Vita.
I got
yeah,
one.
I'm not saying this to discredit it. It's a really, really fun game.
I got a quick question. So I remember Dan, I think, was talking to me about this a few podcasts or a lot of podcasts ago. I think it was Dan. Anyway, whenever you beat sound shapes, you unlock 2 modes. What was that hunter one you guys were talking about? The note hunter?
I don't remember exactly what it's called, but you have to. So it plays a tune.
It's called Beat School, I think, or something.
Yes, that is what
Okay.
it's called. It plays a tune, and then you. So there's, like, it's basically on a grid, and
Okay.
then the tune is moving from left to right.
Yeah.
And as it passes certain points, you're supposed to put notes somewhere on that grid so that it copies the tune.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
all.
I
That's
think
all
it's
it
more
is.
trial and error than anything else, I think.
Okay. So you have to be, I guess, super exact on like where that shit is going. And have
Yeah,
it-
it'll tell you. Like I legitimately completed maybe 3 or 4 of them,
Okay.
and then the rest of them, it's just like I don't have the patience to sit here and try to write a song
Yeah.
on my Vita, so I just kind of did that. But I guess it's a cool notion for anyone who's really into it.
Say la
And
vida.
yeah, and it does lend itself really nicely to the creation mode, and then you can go ahead and go nuts on the level editor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's cool
found I played around a bit with the level editor, and I found it to be really. I think it would be easier on the Vita than making a level on the PS3, just because you can
Pokey.
you can poke where you want the notes to go. And they start you off with a little tutorial of how to make the actual songs and how you can like edit the levels and stuff. And it just adding in the tutorial, I appreciated the level design a hell of a lot more than I probably if they hadn't have included that tutorial. I know that sounds really weird, but I found myself when I was going through levels being like, "Yo, whoever made this is really fucking good at making levels. Like, this is really good. I like this." And then like I get into like a next section of the level and be like, "Yo, this is really fucking cool too." And then there'd be a couple of parts where I'm like, "Yo, fuck that guy. Fuck whoever made this level. Fuck him. I hate this. Fuck this." And then I beat it, and the next one would be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, it's good."
Anyway, everyone have a favorite level from that game?
I like the
I know what yours is, Riccio.
I like the Beck stuff, to be honest with you. That's my favorite. I find the music lends itself incredibly well to how the actual game is kind of designed and the art style. I just think it like pairs beautifully together.
Did anybody else hate the Dead Mouse levels?
Yeah, I didn't like them. I found them to be.
Just wanted to.
I
I
described
think
them
they
as.
were they were a little bit off.
I described them as
progressively.
angry.
It was like
they're
weird
just-
music. It was
yeah.
like, that's kind of
This
hard.
isn't, and it was harder than what Dead Mouse normally makes. So,
Okay.
as someone who knows Dead Mouse music, I was just kind of like put off by the fact that this didn't fit my image of what Dead Mouse is or what he normally produces. So it was a little weird.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely weren't the only one with that. I read
Good.
a lot of forums and stuff. Were like, this is
So
awkward.
I was kind of pumped. I remember when that game came out to try out the Dead Mouse levels, and I was like, these back ones are pretty good though.
Yeah, the back ones I definitely were definitely incredibly more satisfying than the Dead Mouse ones.
Game's real good though.
Oh, it's
Game's real
real
good.
good.
You guys listening, what is your favorite level if you've played Sound Shapes?
I like the first or the second ice one. I don't remember the
Oh yeah.
composer.
Oh yeah, those first ones were really mellow and kind of like
They're a
good.
great intro to it.
It's either the first or second ice level, whichever one it is. It's fantastic.
So what else have you guys been playing?
Last of Us.
What, we gonna
Well,
jump?
I've been playing what's this game called, Dan?
Kingdom Rush Frontiers.
Kingdom Rush Frontiers, which I hate spiders.
You hate spiders?
Yo, fuck those
Okay.
spiders. No, it's because the spiders lay eggs, and then the eggs hatch, and they're filled with a whole bunch of little people.
Okay.
Well,
And-
little spiders.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that would have been really weird if it was,
Yeah, I was like-
actually filled with little people.
No,
Yeah.
it's not filled with little people. It's filled with little spiders. But what'll happen is, depending on how many big spiders you get, they'll plant 2 eggs just outside of the range of your guys. And if you can't kill the eggs big enough, like 4 little spiders run out, and then they just run to the finish line. It's like, you failed.
Oh god.
It's really fucking annoying. But I keep going back to that game, and Dan blew my fucking mind, which didn't work. It fucking failed, actually, Dan.
So you didn't really
But-
blow your mind.
No, but
Did you
like,
use some like crazy strategy or something?
yeah, but I was the one who fucked it up. Like Dan's strat is like honestly perfect.
Well, I got it. My dad is a master of those Kingdom Rush games, so he told me about it. And I was previously doing what you were doing, where you'd put like sectioned off areas by like filling them up with barracks and then having like upgraded towers around those barracks.
Yeah,
to-
that makes sense to me. It's like upgraded towers, make choke point, get everybody there, and then maybe have like your hero run around and like pick
Yeah,
people
but
up.
apparently the masterful way to play that game is just to put one barracks by the exit to catch any stragglers, but then just like arrow and mage turrets throughout the rest of the level. That's it,
Yep, I can definitely.
and that will win you most levels.
Yep, definitely. See
You should.
that.
Which hero are you using? By the
I'm
way?
using the default guy. I like him.
How much is
You
that game
should
again?
switch to Gronan
$2.99?
because yes, $2.99 on iPhone, $4.99 on
Okay.
iPad. It's not
Alric.
universal.
Alric is pretty badass.
Yeah, you should switch to Gronan
Why?
because he has a hawk that does ranged attacks. In addition to he does melee, and he can summon when he's upgraded up to 2 boars. So he's like a portable barracks.
Oh, well, that's
just
kind of how
upgrade
I've
to
been
Kratos.
rolling Alric, because he'll spawn these little like sand dudes that will run out, and I just upgraded him to the 3rd one. So every time an enemy comes up, 3 other people.
Yeah,
like,
but
pop.
those are just like temporary that run and attack a person.
no, they last a decent chunk of time.
Yeah, the boars are just like
Forever.
they're like barracks guys.
Forever,
Oh.
ever?
Yo, all right.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Try.
What?
Nothing. Kumar got it, I think. I hope.
I did. I
Good.
did.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, are you? Oh, I am for
I don't actually know
real.
which one it is. I'm not a singer.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
You never played Super
Sorry,
Mario?
Miss
No,
Jackson.
kidding.
I am for real.
I still haven't gotten that.
Yo,
I
you
probably
should
won't.
honestly probably play this game.
I realize now I have too much stuff to play, especially now that I have a new DS game to work my way through. But
it's
Just
I don't know.
Animal Crossing.
It's a lot of fun, to be honest with you, and I hate to admit it, it's the kind of the game that I go when I can't leave the room and I play.
So when you take a shit.
Yeah, there you
oh,
go.
okay. I was like, is that what he's talking about, or did
Yeah,
he just get real
yeah,
dirty?
No.
I was like, one of two things here. He's either beating it over this game or he's taking a shit.
I can't finish this
One or
game,
the
so I
other.
can. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's good.
So, I play it when I take a shit.
That's
And it seems
fantastic.
to be perfect because
This
like
is,
I
can we
finished
make
the
that a
level.
website?
No, I actually
Devin
that's a
Watch
big
zombie take a shit.
that's
Where
a
the
big
fuck is that
announcement
website?
today.
.com.
I bought a hidden Wi-Fi camera, and I bought the domain.
Well, now I know it's gonna be hidden.
Well, you don't know what is hidden in.
That's weird. Oh, that's is
I actually
me?
already planted it. And it's hooked up to your network because you gave me the password.
Oh.
Surprise! So I bought a Wi-Fi camera, and I bought the domain watchrichiosleep.com. So it's just going to be a black screen with a live video feed of Riccio's bedroom.
That sounds horrible.
And you said there's 400 gigs behind that thing?
Yeah, I have it on a server that's got like 12 virtual CPUs, 36 gigs of RAM, and like a 400 gig hard drive in it.
You'll be able to see the pores on my ass.
Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal.
Oh my god.
Hi, it's
he's
gonna
not
be
gonna
it's gonna be
do
a
it.
4K stream.
He's not gonna do it.
World's first in 4K content.
Yep. Watch.
RiccioSleeps.com.
The funny thing is, the second, if hypothetically, if it would go up, I would just go to the website and be like, "Oh, there it is," and then just go upstairs and then just put something in front of it.
Fucking blank it out.
Piece of gum.
And I have to actively monitor it to make sure you're not on.
You block it, I come back downstairs, it's like
There's
switch
just
to
like-
another angle. You're just like, "What the fuck?
Just keeps like there's like
How many are in there?"
yeah, I painted your wall in cameras.
Oh, that'd be weird. Camera paint.
There's
That'd
like
be weird.
There's speaker paint.
It's weird. So when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I realize the walls are nice and cool, so I roll on them.
If you-
weird
that's
feeling.
actually what you
that sounds
do.
No, do people do that though? That sounds weird.
I don't know.
What's
There's
wrong
some
with you?
lady
I
in
don't know.
like
I don't actually do that
Detroit that
anymore.
loves a wall.
Anyways, Games.
watch
Yeah,
Riccio-
wasn't this a games podcast?
Watch RiccioSleep.com. It's $9.95 for a 1-year subscription.
No, that's.
I need to pay for the domain.
So if 2 people subscribe,
So 2 people subscribe. Domain is paid. Thank you.
Nice.
So I'm gonna start filling it up with stock photos. It's gonna be great. None of them are
People
actually
sleeping or what?
not actually gonna be anything of Riccio. It's just gonna
well, we just discovered a bunch of new material.
be, yeah,
news for
exactly.
that,
A bunch
so-
of new stock material that I can put up, including the duck song,
Nice.
which I'm gonna put that up.
You guys get
Oh, you
some
mean the
extra.
knack song?
The knack
Knack,
song.
knack,
What
knack.
we're talking about is if you guys watch the live broadcast of this, we have some extra special stuff before and after. Usually, not really extra special. it's just
If
stuff
you
happening.
crave extra Unity gaming content, come watch us live
Or
at twitch.tv
/
Riccio
watchRiccioSleep.com.
/new.
I should just make watchRiccioSleep.com is just Riccio's stream.
Oh god, that'd be weird. I wouldn't be sleeping. I have to play sleep-based
What happens
games.
if I chloroform you?
I'm just gonna end this conversation here. What else do you guys?
So Devin,
other
is
than
that
Last of
all
Us?
you've been playing?
Sound shapes. This
Kingdom
thing.
Rush, and then the big thing. Yeah, Kumar.
Uncharted Golden Abyss. I've been playing some more of that, which is good.
Oh yeah.
And I
How far
found
into it are you, Sompy?
I'm not that far. I'm only at like chapter 20 or something.
You
There are
passed me.
34 chapters.
Oh, then I'm halfway through the
You
game.
passed me by 2 chapters.
Wonderful.
I've finished it. I can't remember if I talked about that last week or not, but
Yeah.
I finished it.
Yet again, it's a good game. I find the aiming to be a little
Oh, we just lost Kumar. Yeah, find
And
aiming
heard
to be
the
what?
sound.
a little weird, like a little floaty, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Okay.
It's not bad. I definitely enjoyed the touch features of it, like working your way around. Oh my god, that picture is terrifying.
Go on.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay. Oh, Kumar, we got you back.
Yep.
We got you back. Sweet.
What have
Sorry
you
if
been
that was
playing
on
this
mine,
week, Kumar?
Just pretty much those 2 titles. I played a couple of other things on the Vita, just like Blaze Blue and Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh.
Again, I've kind of gotten back into that.
On the Vita or?
Yeah, on the Vita.
Oh.
And then other than that, just Sound Shapes and Last of Us. That's it.
Cool. I've been playing it every day religiously. It's not religiously. Let's say scheduledly. Some Animal Crossing every morning, and then every afternoon. I clean up my town. I pull those weeds out. I get the fruits, and then I sell the fruits. And I go away all the seashells, and I sell the seashells. And I undig my fossils, and I sell them.
It sounds so dumb.
But
My roommate is
Speaking-
incredibly addicted to that.
Speaking of
so-
Animal Crossing,
yeah,
I have located my DS cart that
Oh,
I have
really?
not played since
plug
high
that in.
school.
are you gonna try that right now?
I'm gonna show it.
Oh, but yeah, no, I got far enough. There's actually a decent amount of animals that have moved into my town, and my house is getting upgraded to 3rd level of it. So I've paid off my loan 3 times.
Paid off Tom Nook.
Yeah, and then
not gonna
my
break your
store.
leg.
I've bought enough stuff at the store that now, like today, my store is shut down in the game to
Resupply.
to become a supermarket or superstore. It's not focusing that well. Animal Crossing. And then what else? There's also like a hair salon moving in, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be able to finally edit my character's hair or something. I'm super excited. That game is awesome. It's dumb because the things you do in it are kind of mundane and like weird and like, oh, I'm gonna go clean stuff, but it's really fun.
It's from I've never played any Animal Crossing. I played Harvest Moon, which I heard is like kind of similar to it.
Not
Sorta.
really. Animal Crossing. The thing about Animal Crossing is that it runs in real time.
Yeah.
So a day takes a day. Like if
Yeah.
you have to go do something at 8 o'clock in the morning, it is 8 o'clock in the morning your time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which I find to be interesting, but slightly odd at the same time.
There's
that's kind of the appeal of it. Is like
Second World. It's like Second Life, but not with some weird people.
No, with a whole bunch of weird
animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you kind of have to maintain your town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have
yeah.
to pick up weeds and stuff like that. The longer you don't be in the town, people move away
Yeah.
and stuff. So that's why this cart that I have not played in
I'm really.
about 6 years will be real interesting to turn back on.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how long it keeps tracking, like how long you've
Yeah.
been gone.
Everything's just gonna be in chaos.
Well, I mean, me and Riccio have not played State of Decay in about a week.
Yeah,
which
but
is another game that does that.
after 14 hours, it pretty much stops moving. Apparently,
Okay.
practically.
So it doesn't.
Yeah.
you're not screwed.
No, people might be dead, but not. It won't be like complete meltdown and everybody's gone. I hope not.
Panic.
The game
We'll
just
find
deletes itself
out.
off your hard drive.
Yeah. Or we could just load that up and you make a video of it.
And then we'll do Animal Crossing right after.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody tried to move out of my town, except for he warned me. He was like, just letting you know, on the 22nd of June, I'm going to move out. I was like, please stay. He's like, okay, I'm going to stay then. I was like, well, that was easy.
But the weird thing is you said like he tried to, so it makes me feel like you didn't just say, hey, stay. Like, did you tie him to a chair or something crazy?
Just pointed a gun at his face.
Yeah, nobody leaves my town.
No, his reason for leaving was, hey, I don't like cherries because that's what's in your town. I really want apples. And I told him, fuck you, you're staying. And he's like, okay, it's great to have awesome friends like you, Mayor Riccio. I was like, oh, thank you. Even though I'm holding you here.
Now do what I say.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, that game is really fun.
You know full well that same character is going to turn up dead in like another week with cherries just lodged in his throat.
You don't like cherries? Well, here, eat these cherries.
It'd be really creepy. Don't say that. I don't even know his name.
All I know is
I don't think I
Tom
know.
Nook is a badass.
He's not too bad in this one. He doesn't really. He's just like. In the other ones, he sounded kind of pushy, I guess. And this one, he's like, "Hey, good job not alone." Because he has like kids now in this one, and they're the ones managing the other shops, like Manning. Anyway,
Manning.
Manning. That's maybe what I was looking for. But yeah, they're the ones taking care of all the other. Well, not the other. There's like this general storage you buy stuff from.
What is the general store called?
I don't remember. Because there's Re-Cycle is your one that you sell things to. Then there's the Nook something. So the thing is like the Nook's Cranny or something weird. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Good.
the
I think
Nook's
it's still
Cranny.
that. I
Is
think
that
it's-
actually what it's called?
Yeah.
I think
That's
it's still
fucking
that.
awesome.
They're all the like, because he upgrades the store the more you pay your loan.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, it's every time you buy stuff from the store.
Oh, maybe
The
that
loan
what
is-
it is.
yeah.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
But in this one,
The only Animal Crossing I've ever played is on that DS cart.
oh.
And that was 6 or 7 years ago.
But in this one, like when you
So-
pay off the loan, you also have the ability to like change like what kind of like outside walls your house is made out of, or like the
okay.
fence around it, or the roof
So it's pretty
shilling
awesome.
things or whatever.
Roof shillings?
Is it shillings? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Roof things. Yeah. So you can
Shingles.
Shingles. Thank you.
Not
I was
shillings.
like, that's
I
shilling
thought
sounds like
shillings
money.
is- Yeah,
money.
isn't
Yeah.
shillings a type of
Money or something.
currency?
Yeah. No. So it's pretty cool. You can do some weird customization and stuff. Anyways, I can't wait to play more of it because every day there's like random stuff that happens. Like you're just walking around. It's like, hey, there's a mitten on the ground. You spend the entire, you can spend the entire day looking for whose it is and give it to them.
Oh, I heard mint on the ground and just spend the entire
No.
day staring at the mint.
No.
Hmm.
And then I was on the
Fantastic
Good.
gameplay.
I was on the Animal Crossing
Leave your
Reddit.
character there.
The what?
Leave your character there staring at the mint.
No, it's deadly. I went to the. There's a race going outside
it's
my
not
house.
picking up, so
I
just
hope
keep
so.
talking.
All right, so the
We'd hear it.
in Animal Crossing on the Reddit. I saw somebody apparently loaded up their game, and there was one dude standing in the middle of town, like from his villagers, and then he was just like, "Let's play hide and seek," and then he just kind of runs off screen, and you have to find everybody in your town that's
Oh,
hiding
really?
places. Yeah, they can be like hiding behind houses where you can't really see, or like where trees are and stuff. It's pretty cool. I want that kind of shit to happen. It's really cool. There's a lot of random stuff that is in that game just randomly, and I can't wait to just have more random crap happen.
Sounds pretty interesting.
It's fun.
It sounds like a pretty sweet game.
Yeah. Something else I actually picked up on the DS is a game that I've heard a lot about from like the Giant Bombcast and a lot of people who I talked to on Skype. 999.
Yeah, what's that about?
Is that on? Well,
9 doors.
yeah.
9.
Is it about
What is
counting?
it?
9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Is that I know they have like a sort of sequel thing called VLR, but I think that's only on the Vita
No, it's Vita and 3DS.
and 3DS. Is 999 only on the DS?
Yes.
Okay. So it's oh. Okay, yeah. So VLR is on the 3DS, and then this one's on the DS. Okay.
Yes.
I'm confused here. Anyway, what it is, it's sort of like it's like playing the movie Saw, except for I don't want to say like more kid friendly, because it's not.
More kid friendly. Saw.
Are there still gruesome deaths?
well,
there's-
it's more
They don't like show.
anime
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, okay.
So far, they haven't really shown the death. They've shown a lot of blood. A lot of the characters just freely use the word "fuck," and I was like, just playing this on the DS, I'm like, this got released. Like, that's a lot of fuck. Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of like it's more like a novel, I guess. There's puzzles in it, but yeah, it's more like there's a lot of story and a lot of reading, but the story is so far really cool. I've only
It's pretty cool.
gotten like 30 minutes to maybe an hour into it. But
And the reason you have bought this game is because
VLR will be free in like a week or two.
Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward will be free on PlayStation Plus next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
On the
That's
Vita.
the
So, and the good thing is the Vita version is one without the save file glitch.
Is that a good game?
Yeah, if it's anything like 999, it's going to be a really good story. But it is a lot of like pushing X, I guess, to continue through the story and just read and read and read and do puzzles.
There's the demo on the PlayStation Store.
Is there?
Kumar,
Okay.
If you want to try it out.
Give it a shot. It could be cool. I want to go through it because I've heard a lot about it, and it was the day that someone was like, you know what, you should try it. I was like, okay, and then I went on Amazon.ca and it was just like half off. I'm like, well, that made my decision, so I just bought it. Yeah, I don't know, the version that they have right now, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the case for it, but they like have a reprinted one because the game's like now becoming like hot shit or something. So I have a cooler case than like some crazy anime looking one, but yeah, the game's good. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I'm kind of using a walkthrough to go through it because I know the type of game is that you go through it, then you die or it ends somehow, and then it'll tell you bad end. And there's like 6 different endings, but I think there's also shittier endings before those. But there's like one true ending and then like one safe ending. So I'm following a walkthrough to kind of get the 2 good endings, and then we'll see what I do after that.
Hacker.
But once you beat the game once, you can skip all the dialogue, so that's good. But anyways, I've been having fun with that.
He's playing it with the purpose of
Beating it before
playing
yeah.
VLR
Yeah.
properly when it comes out. So
Oh,
just to catch up.
yeah. I also, because of that PlayStation Home E3 thing, I started playing Rim Capsule.
Oh, thank God you have.
What is
so
that?
That's the one that we
weird.
spoke about last time.
It's
Yeah.
a weird puzzle RTS type
Yeah.
thing, kind of. I don't know.
I was really sad because I got really far into it, and then what you have to do is it's like an RTS, and there's like 4 monuments. You have to capture them. I think we've talked about this on the podcast many times before.
Back when it came out, I was talking about it.
My first match, I got 2 monuments done, and I had 2 that were left. And then what I did is I built like 3 weapon rooms kind of on the edge so that I could switch the little dudes from like researching to weapons. And then I had both of them literally like a sliver from completion. And I went, go weapons. And then all 6 of them went into their things. And then they still got annihilated by all the attacking ships. And I was just like, whoa, I fucking lost.
It gets difficult. One thing you should note that if you
Inside.
tap on the monuments, it tells you what the upgrade they grant you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So one of them, there's a good order to do, and the first one you should try and get is the guys move faster,
Yeah, I guess that'd be helpful, yeah.
and then the second one you should try and get is that the waves come less often.
I think the first one I got was like the purple resources come faster, and I don't know what the other one was. But
The last one is weapons room range increase.
okay.
So the
So-
purple resources come faster is the last one you want to get because there's limited purple resources anyways.
Yeah.
So
So what happened is that it took me, I think it was like a 46-minute long match.
Yeah.
Never started it again because I don't feel like having that open in the back. It feels like something that I want to have open in the background all the time, but every time I open something else, it closes. So I'm like, I'm not going to fucking start another. Like so far, I just haven't bothered starting it up again. But it was really cool to even get that. It was cool that it was free, which is awesome. It's normally $5. Is that it?
yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It's pretty kick-ass.
I feel like there's something else that I played that isn't being tracked by what I normally use to track.
The other free PlayStation mobile game,
I didn't
Haunt
try
the
it.
House.
How was that?
I finished that on
Really?
lunch.
Oh, Jesus. That's short, huh?
It was less than an hour long.
Wow.
Is
Oh,
it
really?
fun though, or
Yeah, it's a pretty neat concept, but it was just free.
Is it just
so
a concept piece or?
I don't know. It's super short.
Oh, okay. So probably it's a concept piece.
Maybe it's a mobile game. Like it's a PlayStation mobile.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
It's not like a Vita title with trophies or anything. It's just I don't know.
Oh, that's the thing I played. Last night, after I was done streaming, I spoke with someone who is on YouTube as well as the Twitch channel, Slayer, and we played multiple matches of Scrolls. That game is really cool, but I feel like sometimes once you have I've sort of stacked certain things in my deck right now because there's certain cards that I want to make sure that I do get often. But it's either because of that and also kind of luck of the draw. I've managed to, I played, I think, 3 matches against them. And it was always like, oh, man, I could really use certain cards right now. And they would just come up. And I was like, oh, I feel really bad. I kind of, destroyed him 3 times. But Scrolls is really fun. And I wish there was an easier way to kind of have, a friends list or something going on. Because we had to kind of communicate through Skype. Like, oh, what channel are you in? And then, oh, okay, I'll challenge you. But then the challenge thing is, this little tiny square on the right side that you might miss if you're in other menus and stuff.
Well, I mean,
But yeah,
it
it's
is
just alpha.
open alpha,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, open alpha or beta or whatever it is. But yeah, it doesn't have much to kind of get better at, but the game itself is still really cool, and I can't wait to play more scrolls. Cool. Plus, I haven't sunk a single dollar into it, and I've managed to get a shit ton of cards just via playing matches and doing like the challenges.
That's good.
It's good. It works.
It's the way to do it.
Good job, Mojang.
So are we ready to talk about the big killer thing here?
Yeah. All right. So Killer Instinct. No kidding. The Last of Us.
Such a good game.
So all of you, in a non-spoiler way, describe your story progression.
Go ahead, Riccio. You start.
Friday.
Like not. No. Just say what your status of completion is.
Oh, status of completion, 178% or 185% or something.
Yeah.
So I've
what
beaten
he
it
means
once.
is he's almost beat plus mode.
Yeah, I've beaten it on normal, on hard, and then I'm going through right now on survival, and I'm almost completed the game. That game is really fast when you skip all the cutscenes, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it usually doesn't have a loading screen when you skip cutscenes, except for one of them did. During it,
Did you feel betrayed?
I felt pretty betrayed considering that the loading screen was like upwards of like 4 or 5 minutes. Like it did like
Oh,
that
really?
whole first loading in again. I was like, oh fuck. Okay.
The funniest part is that initial load is like a minute.
Yeah, but I don't know about you guys, but every time you do that initial loading, it kind of has like sparks going across the screen.
Yeah,
and then it goes like
dust.
32%, 40%, 0%, and then it restarts. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
I've
Oh,
never
really?
seen that.
I've
Really?
never
Yeah, mine
ever
has-
seen that. Mine just immediately like
every time.
I see the dust and then it's done.
Riccio, you see what happens when you start hacking games? They start
didn't hack-
betraying.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to say I beat the game on hard.
Okay,
Never
but
changed
before you
difficulty.
keep talking about it, I want to get everyone's story progression just
Okay.
quickly in. Kumar?
I am at 120 something, I think.
Okay.
121% or something.
And the
So I
first
beat
difficulty?
same sort of thing. I beat it through on hard just yesterday, I believe. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah,
Well,
so
it
I
was
beat it
technically this
yesterday
morning, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, it was after midnight. So
Yeah.
I beat it this morning and then started up on Survivor.
I want to say that I've technically beaten the game twice because I lived it
Actually,
through Kumar because he was
Riccio,
like,
how,
"Oh, this happened. This happened." I was like, "Yeah."
How long did it take you the first time through?
The
What was
first
your
time
clock
through
time?
was 14 hours and like 50 minutes. Like it was 15
Okay.
hours pretty much.
Okay.
My time's gonna be really skewed on mine because I just have mine on start and like when the wife wants to watch TV, I just put it on start and we watch TV for 3 hours. So I don't know if that's counting my time. So if it is, I'm probably at like 40
Yo,
plus
you know, you
hours
next tell the
playing
wife
that
to
game.
shut up.
You try and
Okay,
say that
Kumar.
to her, Kumar, because she'll gut
Actually,
you.
yes. I said that to my girl as a joke the other day. I told her that I was going to beat the shit out of her.
Oh my god, you are fucking terrible.
Kumar, what is with this podcast?
She said it right back and we just started going at it, beating the hell out of each other.
Oh,
Not
going at it, going at it.
like monkeys going at it.
Anyway, progression.
Like she jumped on my face and tried to strangle me, kind of thing.
Good. I hope she.
Devin, gameplay hours.
What do you even?
Without trying to spoil it, I'm right where
No. Just
No,
number of
no.
hours.
I'm probably close to like 6 to 8, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been playing it in like 2-hour stints of like
Yeah.
keep going, and then like I stop for a night or something like that. Like I said, I was sick, so I haven't.
I'm
Didn't get to
4
credit.
hours in, but I'm aware that that's probably only 2 hours of content.
Devin, if you text me where you're at, and only me, not to the group chat, I will let people know what percentage you're at. Pretty much, I'm pretty.
You
good.
know where I'm at. What's my percentage?
Your percentage is probably
Like 10?
less than 20%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But so anyways, I beat
Because
it.
I get
There.
lost in that game,
Yeah.
and it frustrates
So
me.
do I, but it's in a good way because every time I get lost, I end up finding like 60 different like things that I require for crafting, and I ended up having at one point in time like 4 or 5 different med kits and a whole bunch of stuff like that. It's really
You
good.
can only carry 3 though. What the hell?
Well, then I had full maxed out med kits. I had full maxed out Molotovs. I had
But you had like the alcohol and the rags.
yeah, and then all of the extra supplies just maxed. So
what,
I had
what difficulty are you on?
normal.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I'm not playing on hard because I started off on hard and I got fucked up a whole bunch of time by the clickers,
Yeah.
and then I went, yo, fuck this game, and went to normal. And now it's a little bit easier. Though I definitely keep making the mistake of like the clickers get mixed up in the runners, and then like I go to hit them with my fists, and they're like,
they
surprise, I ate your face. I'm like, oh,
Like I was explaining to Dan, and it's not really a spoiler, but people in my cast totally fucked me over for the entire game. Is that at one point near the start, like within like an hour or something, or an hour and a half or something, you find a note on the ground that's like, oh, there's like there's the runners, and then there's the stalkers, and then there's the clickers. And then when you read the description for the stalkers, it's like hide in the shadows and frequently attack you from behind and whatever. And I was expecting stuff that like crawled around and shit. And when I was broadcasting my entire playthrough, and people were saying like, yeah, man, they'll come from like the top and they'll jump out of the corners when you're not pay attention. And you have to they'll like try and kill you and shit. So the stalkers are just the runners that are not crying in place. They're the ones that are moving around a little bit. That's it.
Okay.
That's all it is. Because they have like a little bit more fungus on their face. I was like, what the fuck? So the entire time I was playing, I was waiting to be jumped on for the entire playthrough.
You were just scared shitless.
Yeah, I was scared shitless. I was always like, there's something fucking behind me.
And the worst too is they teach you how to do that quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So when they taught me that, I'm like, okay, so there's gonna be guys coming from behind all the time that I'm like,
Go on.
that I'm gonna need to defend myself from.
Okay. Fight off the dragons.
Yeah, no.
But by the way, you're about like maybe 30%, 30-ish.
Oh, really?
A bit more, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Cool. I like that game.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's so much.
Game's so good.
Do you know about the different weapons, Dan?
Multiplayer.
I've played 4 hours of the campaign and like 10% of the way through. I have played 10 hours of multiplayer.
Okay, so you know about the bow and arrow, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my favorite thing.
We're sorry, people watching.
My favorite.
It's all in the fucking multiplayer,
yeah.
though.
Plus, they showed the bow and arrow part
Yeah.
of the year, the bow stuff last year's E3 and all.
Oh yeah. So my favorite thing to do in that game is when you get to a section where you're trying to like creep around, is I try and silently kill all of them without having to like get up behind them. Because every time I try and get up to do like a shiv or a strangle or something, I always seem to be noticed. And then there's this feeling of like frantic, like being overrun with infected, and I'm just like running around. I ended up wasting all my ammo or something stupid like that happened. So I'm trying to be stealthy and using a bow and trying to take them out one by one. Though today playing, I definitely fucked up really hard, and I was hiding behind a car, and I popped up to go shoot a dude, but I accidentally hit the crouch button again and shot the car in front of me, and my arrow exploded, making a really loud noise. And a whole bunch of dudes then immediately went like, what was that? And they all started like walking towards me. So I ended up just like crouching behind the car for about 15 minutes, listening to their dialogue and waiting for them to walk away. So it's just like 15 minutes of me like with my hand on a car. There's like 4 or 5 guys just hanging out right in front of me. I'm like, oh God, please just leave me alone. Please just leave me alone. I only have 2 shots of my revolver. Please just leave me alone. And, you know, they've got some pretty like interesting dialogue going on like with that. And then you've got Ellie at the same time like muttering in my ear. I'm like, shh, just shut up. You need to shut up so I can listen.
Thank God they can't hear or see your teammates.
Oh my God, there have been a couple of times where like I didn't realize that they wouldn't see them.
Yeah.
And that they just kind of like the AI is blind to the other AI, or they'll like move out of the way and kind of like
your
hide.
heart like sinks the first time. You're like,
There was one point
nothing.
where it was actually just after the part where I'm at now, Riccio.
okay, thank God. I thought you would after the part. I was like,
No.
shut the fuck up.
So that after part where there's a band of people, and I'm not going to explain anything else, but she ended up walking in front of another person, and I totally thought that they were just going to like turn around and shoot her in the face. And I was like,
They're just gonna shit kick her before you even knew it.
yeah, I was like, the fuck is this? Yeah, that's exactly what fucking happened. And I kid you not, and the clicker just fucking turns around and freaks the shit out on me when she walked past it twice.
So let's explain what he's pointing at here. Is if you guys check out today's latest Penny Arcade, which I guess is titled Audacity. Check it out. It explains what we're talking about.
That happens all the time. And okay, can you clarify something for me, Kumar? When you're in listening mode, is that like the quietest you're walking?
I am probably the worst person to talk about listening mode because I didn't use it once.
Really?
I did not and have yet to even try it out. Like I think the only time that I used it, they tutorialize you for it.
Yeah.
But Riccio told me, and I hope this doesn't spoil anything, but I mean, Riccio told me that you can't use it in survivor mode.
No, you can't.
So I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? If you can't use it for that playthrough, I'm not gonna go through and get used to using it and then get screwed in the next playthrough. So I played through the entirety of the hard campaign without using it once.
I will say, Kumar, you might want to get used to using it because multiplayer, that is like the saving grace, and you need to use it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but you'll get used to it.
Well, it's a different. It's not like in the single player. It's kind of unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of just stay in listen mode 100% of the time.
Multiplayer, it's like hit it and just spin the camera around. You're like, oh, there was someone over there. Good.
It's like a 2-second pulse basically.
Yeah.
that you're
Okay,
just
so
setting
it's
up, being
uh,
like, okay, is there some? Okay, there's no one. Like it's that type of just like it's 2 seconds, then you got to wait for it to recharge,
Okay.
and it's really slow.
Because
so.
there have definitely been a couple of times where I've been using the I've been using the listen mode, and the AI has actually tricked the shit out of me and completely flanked me without being like showing up on my listening mode. I had that happen to me like a couple of times, where they're just like, I think he's over here, and like 2 guys end up flanking me on either side. And it's just been terrifying when I turn around and there's somebody being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, I know when you're in listening mode, your guy's moving really slowly.
Yep.
So maybe it was slow motion. I have no idea.
Okay, because I seem to be really bad at finding the dead spot in the PS3 controller, because I seem to always like either over accelerate or I'm not moving at all.
Richard,
Sucks.
can we talk about the multiplayer?
Yeah, we can. But first, did I explain how none of my trophies unlocked? That was super
and
garbage.
that they didn't.
They didn't unlock.
it's
I
kinda
beat it on
weird.
hard, and hard, normal, and easy didn't unlock. The thing is, when I went online to check, I was part of the few that actually finished it. And I was
Really?
like, well, but there was like one person complaining. I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait. But now it seems to be kind of like not super widespread, but it's happening to a decent chunk of people. And not only for that trophy either, because there's trophies like I think you can do things to trigger Ellie to tell jokes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
She
it's-
has. She finds a pun
Well, that-
book.
Okay, Devin. Anyways, there's ways to trigger certain things of that.
Sorry,
And anyway,
I'm not used to being not the bottom. Sorry,
that's
Dan.
gross. Anyway, so there's
Riccio,
that,
you're a sexual pig.
that trophy doesn't unlock. There's what you can use shivs on doors. That one sometimes won't unlock. Getting upgrading a gun or maxing out.
It's
Joel.
actually okay, Devin. That was an NE3 demo.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. But anyways, all those trophies apparently don't always unlock. So some people can work at it and then it won't happen.
How do they get back to, like, do they have to redo that same stuff?
I don't
Or,
know.
like,
What I
what's
did
the-
is I had a save file at the end of the hard mode campaign, so I just did that last part again, and it
Yeah.
still didn't unlock, but it says I beat the game twice now.
Okay.
But if I go through, the game has like awards that you can get, which I didn't realize they pop up later on. Like kill 5 people with 1 grenade, it'll actually pop up on screen and like congratulate you.
Is that the stuff this is like $100 and stuff?
Yeah, all that weird
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. That okay. I don't know what that is.
It's got like an Uncharted
I,
feel to
I
it.
Yeah.
think the money used to buy extras.
Yeah,
is what they
you
did
can.
in Uncharted at least.
Like I have a Jack and Daxter goggle thing on Ellie right now. But anyway,
Cool.
all those trophies don't unlock. But if you go into the awards in game, it says I have them. Like you kind of have on one side of the word, it has the trophy icon. On the other side, it has the like money icon, and the money ones are all filled out, but the trophy ones aren't. So I'm just like, I'm guessing they're gonna put a patch out
yeah,
that's
the
just
nice
gonna be like,
thing
oh,
about-
it's checked.
Yeah,
So-
the nice thing about the way trophies work as opposed to achievements is that stuff like patches and stuff, for some reason, any issues with like people not getting trophies is usually like, okay, patch scans your save file, you get the trophies, because that exists on like crossplay games and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whereas on the Xbox 360, it kind of doesn't always work when you get patches and stuff to fix achievements. So
yeah.
yeah, you
But,
will get those achievements at some point.
Yeah, I
if they
figured.
patch
It just makes me sad, but I right now because I'm almost done Survivor, I'm hoping that when I hit Survivor mode, it's going to just like click and be like, oh shit, and then just give me all of them.
That'd be nice.
I'd hope, or at least when I do Survivor Plus.
That would make sense.
But
Well, the plus
Yeah.
ones are a separate achievement.
so Kumar, having beaten it as well and starting up on Survival, have you found also that there's like no fucking resources on Survival?
Well, right now I don't think I'm far enough in to really like. There
Matter.
was certain parts in hard mode where actually for the majority and the later half of the entire hard playthrough.
Yeah,
I was
there's-
kind of like what Somppi was saying, where I was maxed out on everything.
Oh really?
I had 3. Yeah, I had 3 of everything, and I had maxed out supplies to recreate all of them too. So I had, and it could be just because I went through just about every like nook and cranny I kind of could.
That's how.
So-
that's what I'm doing. Is
Yeah.
every like any surface I can rub my face upon, I do.
It's surprising how many services and places don't actually have anything though. You have like an entire
Yeah.
extra room that you'll go into and be like, oh, there's nothing in here.
But see, it kind of makes sense because if you look through an area that
Looks
you'd
searched.
think would have already been kind of scanned by someone,
Yeah.
chances are it's got less than another area. Like you don't find things out in the open too often, aside from some of the collectibles.
Yeah.
But supply-wise, like the only rooms and the only places that have decent amounts of supplies are like places that are much more deserted.
Okay.
So a lot of the office buildings and stuff, like they're cleared out. But Some of the like underground sewers and shit. There's a lot of stuff in there.
What are you laughing at?
Never mind. Just saying locations. But anyways, yeah, that game's really goddamn good, and I really love the gameplay. I really like the sound design. I really like the
sound design is phenomenal, and whoever was the engineer for the music on that,
yeah,
hit every note perfectly. Like I don't mean musically notes, but like adding with the feeling of the actual game,
yeah,
to the music is just, it matches so perfectly with the desolation when you're, in the city going towards the Capitol building, because Dan has played that part.
Keep in mind, people that maybe are watching that maybe haven't. Though.
Building.
The thing is that you're headed there.
Yeah,
like an hour into.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but still.
It just, I don't know. I feel the music sets the mood really nicely. It's not overbearing, and it's not non-existent. It definitely meshes really nicely with the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of the sound, there's a portion where you're out in like an open area,
Yeah.
and a particular gun gives off a really, really loud echo. And if your sound is loud enough, or if you're wearing headphones, you hear it to the point that you'll also actually. So it's mirrored with birds flapping off in the distance, because they hear that gunshot and then they fly off. And it just, I remember when I first heard it, I was like, man, this is unreal.
What's really crazy is that I was playing it with my headphones on and everything, which was like optical and all this crazy business. There's a certain like bird
Must have been
sound.
horrifying.
It was horrifying, yeah, especially the clicker parts.
I wouldn't like to play that game with that on.
It's really sweet though, actually, because it's crazy. There's some points when you're like outside, just like roaming the city, and you'll hear just like birds or just like like insects or something, and it literally sounds like so clear and just like around me that I'm like, man, this is like from at home, just chilling out outside, hearing bugs and stuff. I don't like this. But yeah, no, the voice acting is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The writing is fucking crazy. But
Just really good. Like, I feel, comparing it to BioShock Infinite, which was the other game this year that got perfect 10s,
yeah.
The Last of Us definitely blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
I like in every retrospect.
Voice actor for the
Yeah, Troy Baker. Having bought the season pass, it gives you a $90-minute making a video, which I haven't finished watching, and apparently you can get it on YouTube. Some people have been uploading it and they get taken down, but you might be able to catch it. Only watch it if you finish the game, because within 5-10 minutes it already showed some pretty end game shit, and they were just really talking about everything during what I've seen in that video. So don't check it out if you haven't, or you plan to finish it or play it. But yeah, they do explain how they pick the cast members and how they do a lot of the motion capture and all that, and it's kind of insane that they do motion capture for the movements and everything, but for faces, it's all frame by frame, handmade everything, and it's
which is insane because
insane. Like
the
lip syncing too.
The
like,
micro details in that are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like every cutscene, just when she's like talking, just looks so real and so emotional, and it's just.
Even my movements and everything.
Yeah, the eye movements are
the way they were
perfect.
The way they were showing that they do it is they have like their animation software on one screen, and on the other screen there's 4 shots. You have a camera angle that's sort of like the entire area. You have like one camera angle that's zoomed in on the person who's talking, and then you have like 2 other ones that are kind of getting their face from like different angles and stuff. So what's weird is they have like they captured the faces, but they didn't put any of that like actual
mocap
stuff. So it's literally someone looking at like 3 different shots of like someone's face and then just doing it themselves and paying attention to those little details.
I just find that to be just such good craftsmanship in a game where it's setting the bar really, really high for other AAAs to come after it, because it's just done so well.
Yeah. But,
Actually, to that point, I mentioned this to Riccio a couple of days back. It's funny that you think about where we are in this generation, and how Naughty Dog was at the forefront with Uncharted being one of the launch titles.
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, you just cut out, but you came back. It's good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this was interesting. Yeah, go again. Restart.
Uncharted was one of the launch titles, and it was from a visual and audio fidelity perspective, it was right at the top, and everyone used it as a benchmark for what this generation was going to be.
Yep.
And now Naughty Dog is again closing out this generation with something like this. So it's kind of cool to see that they've just upheld their quality all the way through.
Yeah.
They've just maintained it to such a high standard that I'm really interested to see what they can do with new tech.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Actually, Riccio, remember what you said about imagine this had been a PS4 launch title?
Yeah. had they like been given the dev kits and worked on this instead to be a PS4 launch title and waited like have the release be in a few months from now and have it hit that other thing.
That would be obscene.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
I don't even know. I think it would pretty much been the CG cutscenes would have been the in-game graphics. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
But
That'd be crazy.
But I definitely, I feel like the CG cutscenes that they add into the game aren't. It's not that huge gap that you normally find with games where you find that the cutscenes are so much better than the actual.
It's like they just flicked on anti-aliasing.
Yeah,
and,
they
like,
just
changed some textures.
Yeah, that's it, and then everything else matches up nicely.
But it's really cool. The attention to detail with some stuff is that I'm really excited about, like seeing all the random stuff and having watched the making of and not even noticed some things myself, and then going back and kind of near the start of the game when you actually meet Ellie, if you pay attention to her idle animations, she'll constantly kind of be like holding her arms and like keeping to herself and kind of not looking up and looking down and like being kind of like afraid of Joel. And apparently as the game progresses, you'll pay attention that she kind of like just like she'll open up and like loosens up, like she'll kind of like stand more relaxed. She'll like sit down randomly and she'll just like do more things or like keep an eye on Joel or do some like a lot of random other stuff. I didn't even realize that, but it's cool that little details like that do exist, and it's fucking insane. Yeah.
Who was the lead director on that?
I'm not sure.
Because
I'll be able to answer that.
like I would be, like, can you imagine if they had like, I know they've had a pretty unlimited budget for that game, and a fun fact was it sold more than Superman movie.
Yeah,
in the first
did
week.
It actually?
Yeah, in
That's
the
nuts.
first
I didn't
week.
know that.
Yeah.
As well as like I bought my copy digitally. I wanted to get a hard copy, and I'm probably going to buy a hard copy just so I have it to add to my collection.
Okay.
But I called every Future Shop in Ottawa, every EB Games, every Best Buy, and every Staples, and the Source, and every store in the Ottawa district was sold out. There was
crazy.
one copy in Brockville.
You never see that happen either. That's nuts.
No, and like you'll hear about it in like for like movie theaters and stuff like that and different things, not the video game genre, but I just couldn't believe that the whole Ottawa district was completely sold out. So I can imagine in the larger population areas that they have people panicking for it.
We're being told the Last of Us lead designer is Bruce Straley. Straley. But no, what's funny is when this game released and that news broke about the Man of Steel, like how they beat their records. There's a post on Reddit that made me laugh. How comparing it to Capcom and Resident Evil 6, how Capcom was saying the reason they had to put more action and the reason they had to do 3 more storylines because they said that survival horror games as a whole weren't something that there wasn't an audience for it. There wasn't enough people that would actually want to play those kinds of games. Then you have a game like Last of Us come out and like within like a weekend, because it came out on a Friday, within a weekend just fucking blew records away, like just annihilated everything of 2013, which is fucking awesome.
I am super excited to see where Naughty Dog takes their next game.
Yeah. The thing is, having bought the season pass, there is going to be one thing of DLC for single player, and there's 2 other for multiplayer. I don't know if they'll like do like an offshoot or do whatever the hell they think they're gonna do with the story, or I don't know what they'll add to it or do whatever. But I'm excited to see what will come of it, even though it's just maybe like an offshoot of a character they introduce or something. I don't know. Let's hope it's gonna be real good.
So you're saying that the main story feels complete. It doesn't feel like there are like missing chapters or anything.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, that's not a territory we can tread into.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm excited to see what they will choose to do with it, because that's gonna be cool.
I just don't know where they can go. Like, I haven't finished the game, so obviously I don't know the end of it. But like, I just can't imagine upping what they've already got. Like this, it's for me, it's such a reminiscent of like The Walking Dead, where I'm really into the characters. I'm really involved in all the little details, and I just find it to be like captivating. And having my having my girlfriend watch me play the game, she says it's if you were to make a movie of this, it would be the best movie of this year. Like, it's just everything that they do is just so riveting and so dynamic and so interesting that I don't know. I hope they are able to capture that again.
Yeah. And on behalf of myself and Kumar, I think we can say that you ain't seen nothing yet, you guys.
Yeah.
Nope. There's still a whole lot
There's
left.
some good feels though.
Yeah. I think that's the best feeling too. Is like, for example, when you guys were talking about how far you were, it's kind of awesome because going through it, at least like, because I did it in 2 sittings, 2 insanely long sittings, but every
guess-
time it was just kind of like you'd get to a certain point, like a milestone. Let's say like you, for example, Devin mentioned a Capitol building. Like you'd get to that area. Let's say you get to that area, and then you'd kind of check like, man, that was a pretty huge trek. I bet I'm like halfway through this game or something, or I'm maybe not that point, but like at certain points I'm like I must be halfway. When you do save and you do load, it'll tell you your percentage and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I've
Okay.
just been like blown away sometimes when you look at it and you're just like, I haven't even passed like the quarter in mark, and you're just like, holy shit, there is still so much to see.
Makes it really exciting though, because you're like, how could they possibly like, what else could possibly happen, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
But what's insane and what kind of makes me sad is that going through this game for the first time is like the most insane thing that has you constantly thinking about stuff and worrying and wondering what the hell is going to happen. But like once it's done and once you know a story, having playing through it another time, like it's now it feels a bit more like a game to me. Like now the clickers aren't really freaky and like all this other stuff. Like
Oh,
now
you
it's like
kinda
now I
know.
know
Yeah.
like the mechanics and stuff. And I know what's coming up, so I'm not. My brain's just kind of like, okay, it's just I know what's next. I know
Yeah.
the next level. I know the next level.
That's the thing with my game is
makes me sad,
Is
but-
I look at like I'm looking at like upgrades and guns and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I know there's more coming. They've got little lock things, so there's got to be more stuff. What else could they throw in this game that would just like
Yeah.
make it so much better and interesting?
And that's the other thing is it took me 15 hours to beat it, and I checked for pretty much every nook and cranny that I could find, and the entire game, like I told you, I played it in 2 sittings. They were about 8 and 9 hours each, maybe a bit more on the last day. But the fact that I was able to sit down for that long amount of time, and the only reason that I stopped, because it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, was because I was broadcasting, and I felt like some people were leaving and had to go to sleep. So I was like, you know what, I should probably go to sleep too, because if you guys are enjoying this, I should push this until tomorrow, and then we'll complete it. So it's at no point does the game ever start going like, oh, I don't really want to.
Doesn't do a BioShock?
Yeah. Well, I don't even remember BioShock wanting to stop, but no, there was a few times, but I don't know. There was no like,
I feel like the pacing in this game is just ridiculous.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there's no loading screens. Like if you're going through it without skipping anything, like it's fucking.
I
Crazy.
find the pacing always makes me want to keep going to the next area.
yeah, like
Whereas,
yeah.
like we're comparing it to BioShock Infinite for me, it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Come on, like, oh, it's
Like, give
more-
it to me. Give it to
yeah.
me. Like I'm waiting. There's the
Yeah.
build up. There's the
oh,
build
there's
up.
the build up. Oh,
Yeah.
here's an open area with lots
Yeah.
of stuff. Whereas with The Last of Us, it's like I'm actively being like, okay, what the fuck is next? Like this is insane. Let's keep going.
Yeah. It does just keep getting better. As it
You
goes
guys
on.
are singing nothing but praises for this game,
Yeah.
but I am
The-
not there with you.
There was
Yeah,
only
that's what I find to be odd.
there's I want to say my one complaint about the game, and there's one style of puzzle which Dan just got to, and that's what he stopped at, and I explained it to him, and I know
Oh,
Devin's
yeah.
passed it.
Well,
I
I
know.
haven't even
Yeah,
attempted that section yet,
Yeah.
so that has
I s-
nothing to do with my
I
problem.
No.
stumbled
But
upon
what
that.
I'm saying is that like this is my one issue with the game is that there's a type of puzzle which involves you swimming in the water and getting a plank of wood to put Ellie on top of, and normally these.
Oh my god!
Because
Don't
you-
even get me started
So
on that shit.
yeah,
I
so
s-
but it's my only like every time I get to those was like those downtime moments where it's like this fucking sucks. Because you find like somewhere in like because Ellie can't swim, and in the environment somewhere you will find
Oh,
a
spoiler alert.
well whatever. That is not the worst thing that somebody could tell you for this game.
Yo,
there's this plank
Got
of wood,
dinosaurs.
and that plank of wood, that exact same plank of wood, will find its way into about like 10 to 15 puzzles of that same
Ah,
kind
fuck
throughout the
off.
entire game.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
That-
no, it's not 10 to 15. I think
I
it's
was-
5.
I don't know.
I
I
was
want to say it's closer to 5.
Okay, I would say I wouldn't go over 10, but 10 sounds like a right number. Especially at least towards the end when somebody I felt like the game was coming to like it was getting intense. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm in like the last quarter of the end game or something. And then somebody was just like, oh, by the way, there's still a few more of those. Like as I was doing it, I was like, there's still a few more of those. I'm like, oh, you fucking serious?
like I was lucky because I was doing that whole thing where I normally in games like that, just from my stalker, like my experience with stalker is, if you want something, you have to smash your face against every single goddamn wall. And so I just happened to stumble across that plank of wood, brought it over, and I was done in like a minute. And then I actually went back and went hunting for stuff.
Yeah. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture. You saw the picture in the chat.
Yeah.
So Dan,
This live chat links with some really crazy stuff.
what
It's not a spoiler for anyone who's wondering.
Yeah.
It's just
what is
something that's
your?
really creepy.
Is it just not like digging its hooks into you, or
I find fighting non-human enemies very boring.
okay? I agree with you on
Kind of
that.
lame. I get lost in every single open area they give to you. Riccio mentioned that anyone with you usually points out, like, hey, maybe we should go this way or
And
go
usually
up
does
there.
like a glowing halo or something around it.
That
Even the
doesn't-
game actually tells
that
you.
does not happen in
No,
my game.
I definitely agree with you on that one.
I don't know if it's a glitch or something, but I have wandered around. The first time you get into a big open area with clickers is the best example of this. And there's like 6 or 7 of them.
Oh yeah. All right, I know what you're
And
talking about.
the exit to that is a ladder that you have to pull down on the other, like, direct opposite side of the room.
Yeah,
I played that section of the game 6 or 7 times.
I was
Each time ending up fighting or clearing out every single clicker because stealthing past them was not reliable.
Yep.
And just wandering around in circles looking for where I was supposed to go.
That happened to me as well. I definitely found that to be a pain in the ass in a couple of sections, but
So far, every
I-
single infected combat section I have gotten lost in.
okay. The reason why I feel I don't get lost is because I'm actively looking
Well,
for
you're
stuff.
pushing yourself up
I'm
against every wall.
I'm pushing
so-
myself up against everything to look for something. So I immediately will push my I'll work myself in a U, I guess I'll call it, from the starting point of where you enter an area.
Yeah.
I'll work my way into a U, go down one side, walk back, go up the other side, and then I'll start trying to stealth through infected, or I'll use the bow and arrow to pick them off in the back of the head. You know, like that's just how I've been dealing with infected. But I can definitely see, for someone who's not experienced in a survival post-apocalyptic
Well,
game,
it's not even that.
that it would
It's-
just be confusing to try and find certain
as
things.
a video game, and it might be a glitch that no one tells me where the fuck I'm supposed to
Wait.
go in that game.
Dan, doesn't the game tell you? Like, doesn't it
Yeah.
give you the little L3 prompt?
It has only
No.
told me once in this game, and that was after I had accidentally walked away from the game while leaving it off start for 15 minutes. And then when I walked back, that's when I got the prompt.
Usually
So
it's about like 4 or 5.
I don't know,
minutes or so.
maybe we've got the same thing, but it was 15 minutes of me going and making a grilled cheese sandwich and coming back, then Ellie being like, "Yo,
I'd be
we should go
so
over here."
Goddamn scared to
Zombie and
leave
his
that
grilled cheese
game.
sandwiches.
What?
I'd be so scared to leave that game unpaused for that large amount of time.
I was in an area where I had made damn sure that anything that was moving.
I mean, like, I
was
wouldn't
dead.
trust it. Like, they just randomly be like, "Oh, he's not moving. He's not moving."
Well, there's
So
always
we
the,
just-
like, even if you clear out an area of visible enemies, there's always the kind of, like, ambient infected noises
Yeah.
that are always there. So you never really know.
No, I was
Actually,
legitimately
guys, I
in
gotta tell
a,
you about something.
I was in a room that was fine.
Unless it's complaining like I am about The Last of Us. I don't want to
No, this is a really stupid mistake, and you guys are probably gonna rip on me for it. But I have the the auto off option
Yeah.
for the PS3.
yeah.
I have that on,
Oh god.
and for some reason it hadn't saved, and my PS3 turned off.
Oh, God.
Oh, buddy.
And I had to redo. It was a joke because I only had like it was a running section, like where I just had to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
Okay.
But I thought to myself, imagine this was like there were parts in this game that frustrated me like they have Dan. And actually I'm sure they're probably some of the same areas. So we'll talk about that maybe after you're done, but there are certain areas that just drove me crazy, and I had to redo them until I kind of got them down right. And so if it had happened during that, it would have just I'm pretty sure I would have killed myself.
Jesus. Wait, do you mean in real life or let yourself die so you retry?
Both.
Okay. Like I was telling Dan, because we kind of had this conversation a little bit before the podcast. I felt like at least the way that Dan was explaining to me that he had to like constantly kill all the infected or deal with.
You're telling me I should bump it up to hard, and that is the exact
Oh, no.
opposite.
Hell no.
The reason I was saying that is just because, at least for the clicker parts, the way you were explaining it before was that you kind of had to rely on shooting everything to death. And the way I was saying,
No, when you were explaining to me that I should increase the scarcity of resources to make it so that I couldn't kill
Yeah.
all the clickers, I'm not having an issue with the gameplay of the game. I'm having an issue with I have no fucking idea where to go in these areas.
Yeah.
that's,
Now,
I don't know.
people have complained about it in the Uncharted series that they don't know which like little piece of something to grab. I'm very good at catching it in those
Yeah.
games.
This one, it's always that yellow tape that's hanging off. You're like, that's weird. Why is that on
in the Uncharted
brick
series,
wall?
that was my complaint of it was I would be
Where am I supposed to jump?
Yeah, I
I
would
don't
be
know.
like, where the fuck am I supposed to go?
That feeling is exactly what I have 100% of
So
the time in this
I
game.
get what you're saying with that.
Dan, do you remember during the marathon when I was playing Uncharted 3 for the first time and I was like Child Drake and I got stuck on the first like fucking half an hour of that game for the entire morning because I couldn't find a pipe to jump on. I got so frustrated with that fucking game.
So my remedy to that, Dan, is do a U. Just do the U pattern. Walk down.
But that's
one,
not
and then do the other.
exciting to like. It's having like I'm into the story. I'm into all that, but I can't. I get bored playing it because I end up clearing the area. The gameplay factor is taken out, and I am literally walking in circles, being like, "Where the fuck am I supposed to go?" And in that first clicker area, I thought I'd finally found it because there was like a lock.
Yeah,
thing
and you
around
tried
the
to
gate.
shoot it?
Yeah, and I tried to shoot it, and everyone ran at me and killed me.
That's exactly what happened
Yeah.
to me. I did that twice before I
But
realized.
it turns out the area that's just like you look up that way and it was there.
I feel like they're icons for items, or at least for points of interest, should be larger. The fact that it is smaller than my gun reticle pisses me the fuck off.
Are you talking about just like the little
The little
pickup
tiny
things?
fucking triangle pointer for interact with this object? Make it slightly bigger than my gun reticle, and I'll see it. Especially if I only have a flashlight that is showing this illuminated dark room. Like, come on.
I kind of want to say this. I'm really excited to play the game through on Survivor Plus, so I can just go through and steamroll all these fools who keep killing me.
Yeah. But
I like fighting the humans.
What's
It's
weird
real
though
good.
is like I don't want to
Fighting
sound
the humans is fantastic.
You're gonna love some of the later parts of this game.
No, the one main part where I've really had to fight humans, I ended up running out of the building like in full sprint, and I thought I was just gonna run out of here and like out an exit and be fine, but I got out there and was like had this moment of like I don't know where I'm supposed to, and just had to like dive behind cover and fight them off, and that's a fantastic
It's not
moment.
feeling so
really-
good, but then you
yeah,
feel.
but you know what? Every single match of the multiplayer is like that.
I wish you
don't-
could actually dive or roll in the game
Don't you-
sometimes though. So
don't
I'm like kind of like
Yeah.
crouch walk. Like you just like full on sprint to like crouch walk. I'm like, this isn't what I had planned, but
Yeah, but like, don't you sometimes feel bad when you run into a group of humans and you hear their dialogue and you're like, I'm gonna have to fucking kill these people. There are
No, because then they want to murder you too.
But well,
there's a
it's-
certain line of dialogue about bacon in that game that you kind of stumble upon, which is the fucking great.
but the
yeah,
thing
it's pretty funny.
the thing that I have, Kumar, is like I totally am into the like whole story of like, yo, humanity's kind of dying and we're kind of slowly being overrun and being picked off. And then like hearing these guys being like, yo, I want to go back home. Like I got some stuff over there that I need to take care of. And then you just like pop out and you've got a fucking revolver and they're like, shit, and they just like scatter. It's like that to me is like this moment of like, yo, I hold your life in my hands, and if you hold mine in my hands, and if I don't stop you right now, one of us is gonna go home in a body bag.
I wish I could have seen you play Spec Ops though, because there's so many times you walk up and people, it's like, you want some bubble gum? Here's some bubble gum. You're like, now I have to fucking kill you guys.
Well, there's
it's
like
a little bit sad.
you're talking about when you're walking on like the, kind of the scaffold,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that big tower.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey man, I brought you some bubble gum, and I'm
Oh,
like, I'm
sweet.
gonna fucking lean out of this corner and kill you both with a headshot real quick here.
Enjoy that motherfucking bubble
Or
gum.
if you keep listening to that dialogue in the Spec Ops line, they're like, where'd you get the gum? I thought you were all out yesterday. Yo, I stole it
yeah.
from Johnny. Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm like, yeah, all right. These
enough.
people
But
are
it's like
trying-
you killed Johnny earlier. Like, yeah, it's,
I fucking just murdered your guy you stole the bubble gum from, so
Yeah.
time to finish it.
But
Yeah.
to I don't want to sound like a jerkish kind of
too
thing.
late.
Like, not a jerk, but like yo, I'm the shit. No, but like
Yo,
whenever-
I'm the best. I'm the best.
So it's going through Last of Us, okay? No,
Swag, swag, swag.
whenever I went through it, I think the reason why I can't like not like
You don't
I
have
can't-
empathy? You're
no, not empathy. No,
sociopath?
I'm not talking about that anymore. It's more to like what Dan was talking about. It's like the reason I can't like click with like the way you were explaining for the level design is I guess either like that shit that you were talking about that's not like popping up and highlighting. Like me, it didn't happen often, but I feel like when I went through it, I just kind of like
New.
it just I just like when I got into an area, it's like okay, I know for some reason I just know where I'm going, and it was kind of.
I'm telling you, I bet you they focus tested the level design to hell in that game and went, okay, 99.9% of people are going to figure out instantly where to go because that's the kind of games we make at Naughty Dog. But that 1%, last 0.1%. I am in, and I cannot fucking find my way around the 1%. Any area.
It's really dumb because whenever I'm going through it on my second playthrough now, knowing where I have to go for sure. At the start of the game, they kind of like on the walls and it's painted, and everybody's saying like, "Yo, follow the fireflies. When it's dark, follow the light." And it's like honestly, you don't realize it, but as you're going through like dark areas, there's always going to be either like ambient light just pouring in from like a certain hallway, and it'll just kind of be like, okay, that's where I have to go, or there'll be like a door with light kind of shining underneath it, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, I didn't notice that shit.
No idea what the fuck you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I didn't notice it, but going back through it was like, man, I just kind of like went this way, and I wonder if my brain was just like, dude, this fucking light there, like just go there, like I don't know.
Well,
but
for me, I don't think that's the issue because Valve talked about in their commentary on Left 4 Dead is that's how they designed the levels.
Yeah.
To follow the light sources.
Can I just say that I fucking hate this game right now?
Now you're
fucking hate this game right now. You have no idea.
What is the reason right now? Is it because
I'm so goddamn angry at this game?
What is it? Clickers?
There is a. I want to be careful. I'm not going to ruin anything. Don't worry, I'm not going to ruin anything. It's kind of along the lines of what we've already been speaking about.
Yeah.
That there are just certain parts that are just so fucking busted, and it just it infuriates me.
They're going through on professional. I keep saying professional because of Resident Evil.
Professional Last of Us player here.
No, because of going through on survival, there's certain parts where you'll going through it on hard. I ended up having like a crazy gunfight, and then I had to take out like 15, let's say like hunter dudes, like mercenary guys.
Yeah.
Going through on survival, I've managed to skip like entire segments of fights and just get through completely undetected, whether just by throwing bricks. By the way, bricks are like the most overpowered thing in this game.
Can you hit them in the head with it? Like that's the thing. I've tried. The one time I tried throwing a brick at somebody's head, he was like ducked, and he was like, and like completely like I threw the brick, and he's like, "Hey, what's over there?" Turns, and I completely like missed him, and then just like sound, and I shot him in the back of the head.
No, what I ended up doing is there's a few moments where it's either the clickers or something. Usually it's really easy to get through clickers this way. If you're, like in the area Dan was at, there's a lot of bottles and stuff on the ground. What you can do is you can just like throw a bottle at one of the clickers, and then as you're running towards them, just like mash Y to pick up like a brick or something, and just like fucking smash their face with it. And just like throw one bottle, and then as the clicker's running at you, just kind of like keep sprinting in a circle until you like pick up a bottle and like throw it and like smash their head and just keep doing that.
So is a bottle and a brick a one hit?
No, what happens is it stuns them, and then if you have a brick in your hand, you can smash their face in one hit.
Okay.
So if they're stunned, so you just kind of like.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Like, I wasn't sure. Like, I tried throwing a bottle at a clicker, and he just kind of
he'll be like, he's like, what the fuck?
He just got really pissed off, and then started. I don't know if it glitched out, but he started quickly rotating in a circle.
Yeah, that's.
And so I was just like, yo, I'm out.
I'm out.
But his clicking got like really more rapid, so it was like and like just like spinning in a circle. I was like, yo, nope, fuck this shit. I'm totally done.
Everything you guys are talking about, the gameplay of that game is perfect. I have an issue with navigating the environments. That's all.
What I want to say is, going through the entire game, there's 3 glitches.
Unfortunately, it's a very big issue.
Yeah, that
impedes my progress. That doubles the time it takes me to play.
But I find that the environment, they do a really good job of hiding how short you're actually traveling.
Yeah.
And they make it feel like the single trek of moving from one location to another as this big monumentous task of, you know, if you don't do this, you're going to fucking die somehow. And they hide the shortness of it really well with beautiful landscaping and such.
I will say, Dan, that like as you progress in the game does kind of lose those areas that are just so open with like.
Does it linearizes a little bit?
It doesn't get linear, but there's like
not like
what it'll do is like you'll start somewhere and you'll have a huge open place, but it's like it'll be clear where you have to go, and all it is like it's not a maze, but it'll be like there's only one way you can get there, and
or there's 3 different routes that go to the same point.
Yeah,
I found that.
Here's the issue with you guys telling me I should play more single player. The multiplayer of that game is so fucking goddamn fantastic.
I haven't touched it.
Yeah, honestly, I played like the first hour of the single player, switched to multiplayer, played 10 hours. I feel like I got my $60 worth.
But here's the thing: is I feel like I probably would have been in the same boat you are, and that's why the fuck I did not touch multiplayer until I've clocked Like, I feel like I've got enough of this story that the hooks are in, and if I don't finish it, then I'm going to be really fucking angry at myself.
This is just something I do when I get new games. I play like a little bit of single player, a little bit of multiplayer, and then I usually go back to the single player.
But-
but it is rare for a multiplayer of a game to capture
Overtake
my
you.
interest.
Yeah.
that
What
much.
I think about this game is that also with the way that I went through it, like all kind of in one shot. I feel like whenever I was telling like Devin to play Walking Dead, or I told Dan to play it, but I don't think you've gone through it yet. But Kumar as well is that
I know
or even
everything that fucking happens.
but
in
no,
Walking
but even
Dead.
with Kumar with telling him, for example, what's that one that Skin got you?
To the Moon.
To the Moon.
Yeah.
The kind of style of game where like when you start it, not I don't mean in one sitting, but when you start it, like finish it. I think the story of Last of Us works really well if like not in one sitting, and definitely not in two sittings like I did, because that is totally unnecessary. But just to work at it, kind of like Kumar did, where like over a couple of days, but work on it, like go through that game, and that story is so goddamn good, because I feel like there's a lot of going through it and they do little callbacks to little things that like just happen, and there'll be like little animations of stuff that like if you pay
You don't
attention
even really
to,
think about it either
yeah,
until
like,
it happens.
yeah, like or you'll kind of have something that'll happen and then you'll be like, no, there's no way that so and so something happened. But then if you like playing through it a second time, paying attention to Ellie and stuff that she's doing, you're like, holy shit, that's actually impacting what's going to be happening or in a little bit, and like all this, like there's so much that is kind of, if you stop and you don't continue going through the story, that you'll still enjoy it, and the story is still going to make sense. It's not like you just won't understand, but the experience that you get is just so much kind of crazier going
I'm
through it that
telling you,
way.
I'm not knocking the story.
No. I'm saying,
shit, I fucking hate
my
story.
reason for telling you to like play the story so much instead of the multiplayer is because like I don't want you to lose. Like, granted, you were still relatively like super close to the start.
It's a
but as-
weird fucking issue that I have, though.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but going through it, it's like just the don't. It's not to lose track of the storyline, because it's not going to be that hard to do, but not that easy to do. But I don't know, just try. I know as much as that part's been frustrating, like work at it, because it will become something that's incredibly worth it, especially when
My
you hit
issue
like
with
certain
it is,
story
though,
beats.
is that like every single time I've gone to a combat area, I have to navigate out of an area that I get lost in.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
Once-
you just like, okay, I finished up these guys, we're going that way, and you just
Yeah.
something in your head clicked and you figured it out. And that,
Yeah.
you probably had a fantastic time in
Yeah.
the game because of that.
When
It is this weird fucking thing that doesn't happen often in video games with me, where I just cannot, something in my head
The
cannot
dots aren't
grasp
connected.
where the fuck I'm supposed to go at any point in time.
Well, I guess it was always like, if you consider your situation of like you had just gotten off work and it was like also late-ish and you went to like 10ish or something, it could have, not that you were like conscious
But that's
of it,
when I
but
play
just
all
like,
my video games.
yeah,
no, I know,
but the one other gripe that I really have is finding workbenches.
yeah,
There are so few. There are so few of them in the game, and it really fucking pisses me off.
I will tell you the same tip that I told Kumar. If ever you get to a workbench, you're like, shit, do I have the toolboxes, like the right amount of toolboxes that I need to be at a certain location?
Yeah.
Text me and I'll be like, don't worry, you're not supposed to have the next one yet.
Okay, like
It'll kill you to be like, did I fucking miss it?
Well, it really fucking bothers me because I go to a workbench and I'm like, okay, I want to do this, this, and this, and I've got the amount of required
parts. I
parts.
call them cogs all the time.
Yeah, I call them cogs too.
They
Or
are
I was
cogs.
calling them gears. But I've got the required amount of gears, and then I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, I really want this fucking second holster or something, and I don't have the goddamn equipment to do it. Did I fucking miss it? Because you can never go back and find it again. And it's like, fuck this game.
Like, to be fair, where you're at, there's only one workbench so far.
No, I'm nope. I'm farther than that, buddy. I am past like 6. No, I'm at like
How many
4.
tools? How many tools do you have?
I've got 3.
Okay, good.
Do you need to modify his percentage completion?
No, no.
I've got
think
like 3 sets of tools.
Okay.
I
Yes.
just passed the body symposium.
Okay, then you're referring to the holster thing from like way before then.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah. Oh,
I was just
yeah.
like, damn, that's really fucked up. You shouldn't be able to get those holsters in. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, no.
I've been living a lie.
Jeez.
I've got both of those holsters
But anyways,
because they're really fucking
Riccio,
useful.
can we just? We've talked a ton.
Yeah, I was
a
gonna say,
fuck
can we
ton
talk about the
single
multiplayer
player.
a little
I
bit?
really want to talk about the multiplayer
So Dan,
Now-
Dan, I want
because
you.
it's like the best. One of the
Sell me on it.
But hold on,
Sell
I-
me.
I
I
wanna-
want to go home and I want to buy a second copy
but
It is one of the best gaming experiences I've had this year.
before we fully jump into
Of
it,
ever?
I like how the single player
Well,
had.
ever so was such a weird thing.
I like how the single player had such fucking insane story beats, But the fact that Dan and I were able to sit down for like, what was it, 4 hours straight on Saturday, and feel like we got our own story beats out of that game in multiplayer. Like, I want you to, if you can remember the story with the that I always reference,
Yes,
that one
I
fucking,
remember tons of them.
which
It's
gives
so
me such a
good.
big smile. But
Describe
the way all the
Explain that.
animations in that game work. It's like it's just 4v4,
Okay.
and it's
So is
you
it-
die, you're out.
So
And you
is
have to
it
win
like a
rounds,
team
like Gears of War
deathmatch?
should we explain how we did there's 2 modes. There's a team deathmatch with
Yes, okay.
respawns
So
and this one
there's
without.
supply raid and survivors.
Yeah.
All right.
Supply raid is like modern Gears of War deathmatch, where you get kills, but there's a certain amount of lives, and when you
team.
run out the amount of lives, everyone's got 1 life left.
Yep.
And then, and the main goal of it is to kind of gather supplies to bring back to your camp metagame thing, which may as well not even exist.
All right.
That has nothing to do.
You don't
with
give a
why I like
shit about the
multiplayer.
metagame.
It's just a way to unlock more cool things.
Yeah, it's just a funny way to
Get hats,
do-
actually.
It's progression, yeah, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And then the other mode is survivors, which is it's first of 4 rounds,
Yeah.
and it is you die, you're out.
All right.
It's Counter-Strike style, I guess.
I liken it to Gears of War 2, which is
Okay.
the last real big multiplayer game that I played.
What about Halo?
Well,
Has
I
respawns.
play Halo, but not in that kind of way.
Yeah.
All right.
Just you
But-
start the game, you're on opposite sides of a map. You don't really know where you started on the map.
Okay. So is it random spawn points at all the time?
They're fixed, but the maps are like people can very quickly go from location to location.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like aside from the split second that the game starts, that you go to the first like kind of toolbox and open it up and get like parts for
resources,
things.
because it's pretty much the
resources.
same crafting. It's the same crafting as single player.
Oh, okay. So like
Except
in the
for-
middle of a battle, I can make a Molotov and
Yeah.
fucking throw it at
Except for
Yeah.
the Molotov and the medkit, each take different things in multiplayer and single
Oh,
player.
okay. So it's not an
the
overlap.
difference, the main difference between supply raid and survivors is that when you're picking up materials and stuff in supply raid, because your team has like reinforcements and stuff, you keep all those supplies, so you can kind of just keep hoarding them and build bigger and better things.
Oh, okay.
But in survivors, what you pick up in your life, that's it. That's all you have.
If you die, does it deposit?
No.
Oh,
it
just
turns
gone.
it turns into cogs or parts that you can use to upgrade.
Yeah, the only thing that keeps from life to life is the parts and
Oh,
the
okay.
I have to actually read up on it
weapon
again.
upgrades
I
that you
think
buy with the parts.
I don't think it's the random parts you have on you. I think it's what you've crafted that you haven't used. It's one of those two, but I don't remember which one it is. I have to read up on that so we know next time we play.
All right.
But it's one
so-
of the two. It's either what you haven't used to craft or what is crafted. But I can't remember which one. One of them gets translated into
All right.
parts.
Well, when you craft stuff, you get parts.
yeah, you get
So I
parts.
assume it's the leftovers.
Okay, that would
give
make
you-
sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then.
So,
But can we just explain that Dan and I went into supply raid first?
all right.
And then we were kind of playing like, you know what? The shooting's pretty cool. This is kind of neat. Like, okay, yeah, we were down to the final lives, and it was
So
like, that was a fun
the-
match.
I literally think the reason supply raid exists is to
Choose it first.
choose it first to kind of learn the way the multiplayer works, and
Right.
then just play survivors.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got into survival mode, and because that one life is your only life for that round, it
You're
just adds so
super
much
caught.
Matters so much. It matters that you are gonna get the toolbox close to your base, and then try and maybe get it a second one. But you are not going to venture off from your teammates. You need their help. You don't want to go out there and die.
Yeah.
Do you get
That is-
downed at all, or is it just
Yeah.
like if your health goes down, you're done?
You get downed, and then you can get shot while you're down to be fully out, or somebody can come up to you and execute you, or hit the square button to like just punch
Are
you
they
in the
vicious
face.
executions like
Yeah,
in the
they're pretty
fucking
bad.
single player where it's like
No,
smash Dan's
actually,
face into a desk
ins-
repeatedly?
Instead of stuff like that, they'll have like you. Well, it doesn't use ammo, but let's say you have like your shotgun.
Yeah.
Instead, he'll just like put his foot on on his chest and put the shotgun up to his face. Instead of hitting him, just like just fucking
Oh,
annihilate it, or like
Jesus
a pistol shot
fucking
or a rifle.
It's all
Yeah.
different stuff depending on what weapons you have.
All right.
And like
I am
But the
so
fucking-
into this
It
now.
doesn't- That's not even the good part.
Yeah.
The amazing part is the way it kind of. You need to communicate in that game.
All
You
right.
need to talk to the people on your team.
So is Skype a good thing?
that's what we
yes,
used
like
it.
that's because who the fuck uses Bluetooth headsets on PlayStation?
I can use
Anyways,
my.
Yo, Ventrilo.
Yeah. Push the talk. You take your hand off the controller to hit your talk
You're
button.
fucking dead. That's not. That doesn't happen.
And somebody just jammed their shotgun into my front two teeth and blew my face off.
But what's
But
really-
the exact experience that you think you are describing from the single player
Yeah.
of how you want a post-apocalyptic game to play out, that is the multiplayer.
Ah.
Because it is combat against other humans, and you are trying to guess what they are doing. Me and Riccio are constantly yelling like, I think he went around the corner there.
But like the times where like me and Dan will be like covering some sort of door, and you kind of have like you hit the listen mode and you look to the right and like
Again,
fucking
listen mode is only on for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. So you turn around and we're like, Dan, they're fucking behind us. Then it's like, bail. And then you have us like sprinting like out the fucking window, just like run to the nearest car and jump behind and be
There
like,
are
all
bullets
right, get the
flying
fuck
past
out.
our head, and the way
And I'm just, like,
the animations
throwing
go
a
is your guys are like kind of dodging past them and stuff.
Fucking yes.
God, Devin. Pants,
Perfect.
Zip that pants back.
But there are moments where, even without communicating with the other two people on our team,
is this the
there are moments where you just kind of understand what is happening. So it was 3v1 at one point. And we are all kind of close together. So I walk into this room. We're all kind of scavenging for stuff and looking for this last guy. He comes up behind me and knocks me out and kills me.
on Skype? He's like, come back in the room. Come like it was like,
He killed me. I'm down.
We get into it, like we're yelling on Skype. Like we're not just like, dude.
Riccio takes out the fucking 2x4 stick that he had, books it into the room. The other random guy on the team also whips out his 2x4. Both run into that fucking room, and before the guy can execute me, just fucking brutally beat him to death.
beat this shit. Like, it was crazy because like,
But it was like, wait, come back!
but like Dan and I are on Skype. This guy has no idea that we're even communicating. But like we both like hopped into the windows back into the room and just like beat the shit out of a guy behind a desk. But like I'm like screaming through Skype like, yeah! And it was
Oh my god,
release.
I'm excited to play this game now.
And there's fucking like, even if like, there's a point where when we were playing on your cast, that like 30 minutes or whatever, the 2 matches we played there, and you will die, and then it goes to like observe mode on your other players, and you will just clip into like some other messed up shit that's happening.
Really?
So Riccio dies just getting like shot by someone in another part of the area. Clips to me, I am fucking ending a dude with a fucking giant piece of wood, just like killing him on the ground. Like it's just
punishing him.
Yeah.
it feels so good to run around that game, especially there's one of the levels, it's like a snowy town.
Okay.
And just...
Can you follow footprints?
No.
But just running around in that environment with like the snow kind of crunch is just feels so fantastic, and everything in the animations of that game is
so smooth and delicious.
I wish I could remember more stories about stuff.
Yo, that one where it's just like Riccio and that other dude just like totally.
That was it. That was
being
I think,
like
well, there was another
suit.
time. It was 3v1 against me, and the thing is that if the timer runs out and whoever has more team members alive wins. The round.
Okay, all right.
So you can hide, but there's no real benefit to doing.
You might as well hunt them.
So the one level I was on, this was also on Riccio's cast. It was a dam, and so that level gets foggy periodically. So the fog picked up, and I decided, well, there's only like 24 seconds left on this clock, so I'm gonna run out and see if I can find them, and at least try and kill one, because it doesn't really matter if I wait around or die at this point. So I pick up a box, and there's a machete in it. So I go full out sprinting. And when you are sprinting, you appear on the radar.
Oh, okay.
So I go full out sprinting and just run up to this guy, like out through the fog, and just start hitting him with this machete. He ends up like, as he's falling down, like shoots a shot with his pistol and takes me down too. But it was just such a fantastic moment. Like, all fucking hope is lost. I have found this fucking machete. I'm gonna fucking kill some motherfuckers right now.
I'm so excited.
But it's cool. It's because like as much as it's all this crazy shit going down, like you'll have these moments where because you can craft at any time.
And we find ourselves like, okay, what did you manage to build, man? Like, and we're kind of
I'm
like
down
whispering
Molotov.
over Skype for some goddamn stupid
But
reason.
Do you have something? Do you have a Molotov?
There's one thing that's also on my stream, which is a match that I showed Dan yesterday, or Monday, I guess, when you were over, where we kind of like it was down to just us two versus the entire team of four. And then
God.
there was just like Dan and I get to like the enemy spawn, and I'm just like, Dan, I'm gonna make a fucking Molotov. So like I get down, and I start crafting the Molotov, and we see them on the radar approaching us from both sides. So like I whip out the Molotov, and I'm slowly like just. You can change like what's
the arc.
Yeah. So I'm like getting ready to like see this dude, and this dude like comes down the corner, just like fucking hit him in the face with it, and then we're just like, there's two more coming up that ramp. Just like I throw like a smoke bomb, and then we both run
Riccio
in.
runs up
I
and
just shiv a
shivs him.
guy. Like,
I'm shooting the other one. He goes down the hill.
Like then,
so we start walking up to him. We're gonna execute him. Other guys behind us. So I yell, just keep fucking running. So Riccio runs down the hill, executes the guy. I get down near Riccio. We turn back around, and then like slowly move up the hill.
Army of two, just like just walk up and just like shoot into this dude. We're just like
That sounds fucking
like last minute.
amazing.
But
my.
it's cool because unlike I just turned on my
PS4
Xbox.
share. I want like that's what we need for this now is
You know what's kind of really weird about hearing about all this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Is that this game inherently does a lot of things better than most games that are designed to do that specific thing.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, it certainly does.
But
Like just the way that you describe that of like that chain of events that is just it. The reason why I like the single player so much is when you are sneaking by humans. I don't find this so much with the clickers or the infected, that you have this like sense of urgency, I guess is the word I would use, of like holy shit, I gotta keep moving, because if I don't keep moving, they're gonna flank me, and I am just going to get fucked up by too many guys.
Ever present in the multiplayer,
And that
you're fighting other real people in that multiplayer. So there's always the like, is he gonna walk around this corner and see me, or can I kind of like stay back against this wall? And everyone's got limited listen mode, so you kind of have to just kind of like watch the environment. And like, there's points because it's kind of hard to describe stuff in those maps. So we saw one of our guys just like crouched up ahead of us, and he just got shot in the head and fell over. We were like, "Oh fuck!" And Rich was like, "He was shooting from like up there somewhere."
I like the first time, so like that
I
police station. No, it's like a building, like a town hall or something. Let's just call it town hall.
I have a hunting rifle, so I've got a scope. And
Yeah.
Riccio uses a semi-auto rifle, so he's kind of like the more mid-range, close combat guy. Yeah. But he's trying to describe to me like where that sniper shot came from, and I'm like, I don't see him. Like, it's just that
That's like panic, this increased heart
know
rate.
he's out there somewhere,
And he's probably got a beat on you, and you are just fucking trying to dodge.
You
the
know what is
shit out of it?
fantastic? If you are aiming down the sights and someone aims at you with a sniper scope, you see a glint off the scope.
Oh,
But
it just seems like there are so many good details that they take from games I love and have just smashed it into the multiplayer.
what's really cool about the multiplayer is that unlike whenever I played Uncharted, I tried playing the Uncharted 3 multiplayer. I felt like people were a bit more bullet spongy. And this one, I feel like they have a good medium of just kind of like it takes like 3
You
or 4
end up
shots.
learning like the
how
amount
many-
of bullets it takes
Yeah, so
to
you'll be
take
like,
someone
you'll
down.
hit like 4, like I know he's down, I need 1 more to take him out. So like that's really good. But because of that, and Devin, like you were saying, the urgency, learning the when I should keep firing and when it's time to like get the fuck
do a
out
quick
right now.
turn and get the hell out of here.
It has been like there's some because of you can rely on certain guns to down people in exact amount of shots that you know, and ducking and running. I've had matches where we're just like 1 versus 4, and I'll kind of just like Molotov a guy, and then all 3 people will start firing at me, so I like run, but then like one dude's only gonna chase me, so I'll take him out, and then you have like the 2 people trying to surround me and just trying to like pay attention, but like if they don't come out both at the same time, there's a chance I'll be able to headshot one dude enough and like switch to my other way. And like I've had like retarded fights because of how I find like when you play games like Halo and stuff, sometimes like, dude, that fucking 4 shot like should have killed him. But I find with this game, when you know you hit, you're just like that, like it works and you can rely on
the
stuff,
reason
and
why
it's
But
weird.
when other people are holding different guns or when they've crafted armor, changes the encounter.
And you can
so
just
much
flip
because
armor on as well. Like you can run and be like turning a corner. Like we've had fights with Dan where we're just like, we're probably gonna die here, and then it's like, how many points do you have? Like I have enough for armor. It's like I'm gonna get armor too. Let's just.
so you just pull up your backpack, go to the buy menu, and just
put armor
buy
on, and then just like run and be like, what the fuck? We don't give a shit, and just try and see what we can do.
That's okay.
And it's making your own stories in the multiplayer.
I don't think I'll be able to play much tonight, but tomorrow, are you guys down for casting? Like after you guys get back from work, doing a 4-player? Kumar, are you available tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys want to just do a Unity clan, like fucking multiplayer? Let's fuck
Is it
people
4v4
up.
or 3v4?
Yeah, it's
4v4.
So we can figure.
Oh
something
my
out.
god, that's perfect.
Yo,
But you can also do private matches, so you can have like 4 other random people that you know on your friends
Well,
list.
this probably sounds good. Like I'm sure we could probably play with people from the cast as well, or sorry,
Yeah.
from the channel.
Yeah.
so if you guys hear this
it just-
tomorrow and you want to play Last of Us with us, leave us a comment.
But tomorrow for us is Thursday. but
It's Thursday.
We'll see.
Yes, Thursday.
It feels so good to play that multiplayer.
Fucking play that so bad.
I haven't even yet, so I'm excited.
Yeah, no, neither have I. I have not touched it at all. But it just it
And
feels
as exciting as it is going to be for you guys to go into multiplayer immediately after we finish this podcast, I want you guys to wait. And I want you to play with me and Riccio.
I will wait. I will hold off and I will wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my first time playing multiplayer. Are you down with that, Kumar?
Yep.
All right, tomorrow multiplayer first
wait it
time.
out.
Despite all the craziness that we've described in multiplayer, I still find the single player story to be way better than.
Well, the thing is that
But-
there
but-
is the narrative and
Yeah.
the cutscenes and stuff, but
Yeah.
The thing that
I can't find any gaming experience that's really compared to
Yeah.
the way we've played that multiplayer.
Kumar, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Have you ever, during the single player story, I'm not saying when or whatever portions, or you don't have to say when it happened, but did your eyes ever get like that, like, oh, I'm about to cry, keep it together?
no Kumar's
No.
too boss.
Not so much in terms of like it hasn't hit me,
Whoop.
I guess, that emotionally, but it's hit me to the point that I'm like, yo, that's fucking sad.
I know one for sure that you kind of flipped out on.
Yeah, there's one that
but-
where it caught me by surprise kind of
Yeah.
thing, but it's weird because the characters themselves and the detail in their face and just the reactions that they have to everything that's going on, it gets you.
Yeah.
It really, really hits you.
There,
So
there's one.
it's one of these things where no, I didn't. It's not like I sat there and teared or anything, but it definitely kind of ruins your day.
Yeah, especially like, okay, we've all played the starting. There's whatever. I won't say it because I know if people haven't picked it up yet because it's sold out or whatever. But there's moments where, and I was casting this whole game, but of course I wasn't gonna break down and cry. But if I was, I think I would have had like a moment where I just been like, oh god, okay, get yourself together. But like I was playing and it's just kind of like you could probably tell that I'm just staring at the screen, and then suddenly like if my camera was HD enough, maybe my eyes suddenly got like a little sparkly, and I was just kind of staring into it like just blink. Just blink, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I definitely
Just don't
know.
say anything
that
because your voice will
opening scene
crack.
there.
Just
That opening scene definitely
Yeah.
makes you crack.
But yeah, anyways, I think we've spoken enough about Last of Us, but that game is really good. Clearly, we've all kind of, even if you're getting it for the multiplayer, apparently, if you don't like the single player, fuck
I
it.
feel totally fulfilled having bought that game
And-
for the multiplayer.
I want to mention the way Devin got it, the digital version, is actually a really cool version to get. Because unlike games like, let's say, if you're trying to download Uncharted 3, maybe I don't know if Uncharted 3 does that. But if it's not a launcher, what happens is, say you go to the PSN and it says it's 30 gigs, you need 60 gigs free on your console. Because it needs to download it, then it needs to install it,
Well,
then delete
Uncharted
the install.
3 is broken up into parts.
Yeah. But the single player that you can get, I think, off the PSN for free right now is 30 gigs or something.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
30
huge
gigs.
game.
But anyways, the thing is that the way The Last of Us works is it's a launcher. So it was like 123 megs?
No, it was 136. Then I
Okay.
had a 46 meg patch, and then it downloaded the game inside the launcher.
Yeah.
And it was exactly 27 gigs.
Yeah. So
Like it was just there was no unpacking, there was no duplication. It was just exactly 27, and I was good to go.
So what's cool is that, it doesn't have to install it. So as it's going, it's just putting it on your console and it works. So you don't
Which
have
was
to
a
have that
problem
like
for
50.
people with
Mine like 80.
smaller
Yeah, I've got
consoles,
I've got the 80 as well, and I
Yeah.
already have Infamous 1 installed and Little Big Planet. So it's pretty.
If
I
you
think
needed to download that 27 gigs and then install it, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
disk
I would
space.
have I would have had to delete my shit.
So here's something that people were telling me, but I don't know if it was actually true because I didn't actually read about it. I don't know, but people were telling me it on my cast. If you download the downloaded version, Devin, you'll be able to tell me after I spin on my own table here. When you get to 60%, people were saying you can hit X and just start it up and go. And then it would keep downloading in the background.
I had actually just left
away?
it
Okay,
and
so-
like walked away. I let mine download overnight.
Okay, so that's
So
probably-
I just I came back the next morning
And
to
it
my
was done?
apartment and it was done and it was
Okay.
like sitting on the loading screen or
Okay.
the start screen. So I was like, oh, it's probably been on for 30 hours.
so
This is actually a really good segue into a piece of PS4 news.
Yeah. So anyways, but yeah. So apparently, if you download 6% of it or something, somebody told me that you can just kind of load into it and it'll keep downloading in the background.
I believe
which
that.
is cool. It's cool because like Dan's saying, it's kind of good segue. PS4 is going to allow stuff like that, and to kind of see like, man, that step already kind of happened with the last gen systems.
Yeah,
can't wait to see
but
what's
the
gonna
way
happen.
they're doing it on place, I guess, are we moving to news now?
Yeah, well,
yeah, I don't have any games.
I think I'm done with the Last of Us talk. I'm sure
Yeah.
next week we'll still have
That was
more
like a solid
multiplayer shit.
hour of
Yeah.
Last of Us talk.
We didn't even spoil shit.
No, we didn't. Well, yeah.
Nothing that wasn't in E3 demos.
Thank God. Dan just gave me the like, kind of like, don't you fucking say anything else.
And I'm going to be the first to kind of really calm everybody's fears because we've talked about on this podcast that E3 kind of had demos that were like the end game. Not the case for Last of Us. Not at all.
30% is where I'd say the demos start.
I was really joking.
There's one more part with that, but it's a bit like you're about to get to it too.
Yeah.
Dan, so
That big reveal demo at this, was it at the Spike VGAs or something like
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where he's in their room and he kills the guy with the shotgun at the end or whatever.
Yeah.
that still happens too. Well, that
Well,
not.
no, that section, yes,
Yeah.
I understand what you
No,
mean.
no, no. But I mean, like you can beat someone down and they'll do that, and you can choose to do it if you want. But not that guy. It's
No,
just-
I
I
did
know,
it.
but I was laughing because me and Riccio always like to make fun of how
Yeah.
E3 kind of ruins video games.
Yep.
Especially with all that Far Cry 3 nonsense and stuff.
God.
and Metro Last Light.
Really? I didn't pay attention to any of the media for that.
Well,
The
good.
last hour of that game. I'm just like, this is the section. I hate that. I hate that. Like just jaw dropping. Like, what the fuck? Why did
But-
you show this?
But I was joking with him.
Yeah.
Like, that guy in that trailer, they probably killed someone, like, Final Boss, probably. Like, that's...
You just hit him with the butt of the gun, shoot him. Last of Us.
Yeah, credits roll.
Actually,
Yeah.
the last boss is your feelings.
I could. You know what?
Anyways, let's
That
move
one,
on to
I can
news.
see that being like some sort of like
No.
crazy Naughty Dog thing. Like, you've killed your feelings.
You
It's
go
just-
into a dream state and you have to fight fire.
You're in the middle of a combat and it just fades to black and then the words
Don't
just
laugh.
like,
That happened.
love you. It just comes up on screen. It's just like, oh my fucking God.
That's how it ends.
Anyways,
This piece of news that we're trying to segue to desperately is that the PlayStation 4 will download titles kind of in the order that you need to play them. So
Yes.
it downloads the main menu first, then the
Yep.
first level of the single player.
Or you can.
Or you can choose and say, do I want to play single player first or do I want to play multiplayer? Yeah.
That was revealed in a PS4 trailer that PlayStation had put out for the interface. I think it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was a little. I think it was like 5 minutes long. It had some really preppy kid hanging out in the Southern California garage playing PS4.
what's
There's
really
some chick named Sarah. I think.
Some chick named Sarah and
Yeah.
some dude wearing a hat who was slightly
go play
overweight.
that Killzone. Go play that Killzone. No, but
Yo, bro, help me out. And then like after his buddy gets in, he's like, yo, bro, I'm better than you.
yeah,
Bro.
The thing about that trailer, which is weird, is they actually showed it. Apparently, what happened is when they closed out their E3 conference, they played that video after.
Oh, okay.
And then it was captured, but then like when they put it out today, I was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna show more of it." And I just watched it. I was
It
like,
was
"It's the
the
same
same one.
video."
See, I hadn't seen that at E3, so when I saw this, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? And then you were like, yeah, I already saw that. I was like, oh, fucking
What-
Riccio
what-
I haven't
shitting,
seen it yet, so I
shitting on my parade.
What's cool about the Sarah, I think, pulls out like a phone at some point, and
Yeah.
she buys up a game, which you can kind of do right now using the Sony Entertainment website or whatever.
but it's
you can-
really broken.
yeah, but you can buy a game
Well,
and then you
on
can see
mobile.
like
Yeah.
because it's all live and shit. Like she's like, "Oh man, he just posted a clip. I'm gonna watch it and then buy a game from it." That seems really cool. I like the
I like
still
that.
being connected to that random sharing
I
circle.
feel like they have definitely made the interface more socially friendly. If that makes sense to you guys. Like I find the PS3 interface to be really fucking awkward to navigate, and I find that it's just really disjointed and it's really put me off of the PS3. Whereas what it looks like with the PS4 is everything kind of flows together. You've got your friends appearing and what they're doing on screen, who's live, what's being posted. Games are easily available for purchase. It's not loading up another fucking app and then waiting 30 seconds for it to load. And then every time you want a, different game menu to load, it's another 30 seconds. It just seems like everything is a little more fluid and flows together nicely as opposed to being this weird scroll this bar across. Now scroll up. Now scroll down. Now enter what you want. Oh, you want to talk to your friends? All right, scroll over to this one. You want to pair a Bluetooth thing? Go through 6 different submenus. Like, it seems like it's a little nicer, like I hate to say it, the Xbox was before.
What I know it's a weird thing to kind of talk about, but the Xbox One, one thing that kind of like, I know you're talking about the UI right now, but what I'm excited for, what I've been reading up or listening to about the Xbox One recently, that kind of got me excited is that you're kind of explaining that it's kind of hard to navigate menus on the old PS3 and stuff. When they talked a little bit more about the smart match stuff for the
Match.
Xbox One,
Yep.
not all games have to use it, but you can. And it wasn't like for sure going to be in Call of Duty, but like I was telling Dan, it would be really cool if what they allow is, let's say, like they said, oh, we could search for a match while you're playing a game. When they said that during their conference, that sounded dumb as shit. Except for
Yeah, it really did.
listening to that and then being like, you could be playing, I almost said Knack. You could be playing like
Knack.
Killer Instinct like they were showing, and you could be like Call of Duty Ghost Team Deathmatch, and then it'll be like finding a match, and then instead of like loading up the game and like slowly putting you through the
You
menus,
just keep
it'll just be
playing
like,
Killer Instinct.
all right, choose your fucking loadout. Let's just play your game now. Like it just does shit like that, which sounds really cool.
I feel
So,
feel like that could also be a terrible thing
yeah,
because it could be really easily broken.
no, but I mean like from a point of view of just like a simple voice command instead of being like, okay, I'm gonna have to hit like the PS
Yeah.
thing, like go through the menus and find your friends.
That is true.
And the PS4 is gonna have that stuff also, kind of with the PlayStation 4i thing.
Yeah.
But I like that idea of thinking that either on the PS4 or the Xbox, I'll be able to go like, oh man, just like friends list, boom, and then like just go to
Like-
it and have it pop up or something.
Or the fact that you can like say your buddy is like, for instance, say Dan is wanting to play a new Call of Duty and he wants me to join in, but Dan's not home yet from work,
Yeah.
and I'm already home. I can be playing a game and I can say, like load up, wait for like load up and hold in lobby. Yeah. And then Dan joins my party. Hey, I'm ready to go. Okay, start match. I can still be playing my little XBLA game or whatever I'm playing on top. And then, it's loaded up. You guys are ready? And away you go. So there's no downtime.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how well that voice stuff... Oops, I hit spacebar on something. I wonder how the voice thing is going to work, because I wonder if it's accurate. If, like, literally, like, let's say I'm in the kitchen, like, preparing some food. Like, I get up in the morning, let's say. I go Xbox on, and I'm like, I know, futuristically, like, 2 years from now, let's say Halo's out, Dan. And then I'm like having my fucking breakfast, and I'm like, oh, Dan's online. Yo, join.
Oh, you mean Knack?
Yeah, no. Well, okay. You know how your name's CaptainBrenner? Imagine if I can go like join CaptainBrenner, and it's like it puts me into your party, and then like I'm still coming over with my bowl of cereal, and I'm just like, all right, join his game. And I haven't even like picked up the controller yet. And it's
that
like,
would be fucking
let's just put this bowl down before I have a fucking bite to eat, and I'm like already playing with you. Like something like that would be really cool.
And if they can implement that, if they can revise it, like it will not be working day one perfectly. But like
if that's their vision,
if that is their vision, where I can legitimately get up, walk into my kitchen, see that Xbox on pops on, says all my friends who are online, notifies me of what like say it knows what my personal preferences are of what games I normally play. Says, hey, you've got 4 friends playing Halo 5. Would you like to join them? Yes, Xbox. I want to join Dan's lobby. Wait for Dan, and like it waits for Dan to finish his game, kicks me into the lobby. Do you want to join? It asks you if you want to join party chat or whatnot. Join in with him, and away I go. Like that seamless integration. If that is actually what their end game is, that's their vision for it. Yeah, definitely will. I feel that the Kinect would be worthwhile, and that voice recognition software that they've added into it will be good. Will be really good.
But
speaking of the Xbox One.
Yeah, speaking of the Xbox One, right before we started
on the bus ride here.
Breaking news.
Microsoft went back on pretty much all their fucking online DRM things.
About time.
Pretty much
they realized.
You don't need to check in every day. You only need an internet connection when you first hook up your Xbox One. You can play games with the disc in the tray, and then you can trade them to your friends, and then they can enjoy your given games. And
well said, Richard.
Yeah, the thing that bothers me is that their whole family plan thing that they said you can share to like 10 of your friends or something apparently now will no longer be available at launch, because they're gonna have to find a way to get that to work, which makes me sad, because
that actually sounded interesting.
Yeah, all the news that they kind of said today that they went back on all their stuff, and I know a lot of people will probably like hate me for this, but it almost made me sad, because as fucked as the position that they had, where okay, you need that internet connection, you need so and so, you need to check in, you do all that really retarded stuff. What made me happy was that like Sony is awesome for doing what they're doing right now and making like this crazy good experience that is gonna work, but that kind of like, oh shit, like is what Microsoft's doing actually gonna work? Like that kind of like they're dipping into like uncertain waters, and we don't know like what is gonna happen.
They're innovating.
They're innovating.
What they're doing.
It might have been innovating. It might have been not. Like we don't know yet, and it would have been really cool to have them actually hit with what they had in mind and see where that would have gone. But now that they've kind of went back on it, it's like, okay, well, that family thing, we're going to kind of scrap that for now. You can now just pretty much trade your games. It's less like an Xbox One and a next generation console to me. And it's now like, okay, now you guys just put out Xbox 360 too. It's just
it's a revision. Yeah, it's like what they've done with the Wii U, with the Wii U and the PS4.
Yeah, that's
where it is what you would think would be a better upgraded system, a better UI, a better experience, but it's not really bringing that next thing, that
it's
next
not innovating.
piece. Yeah, it's not innovating.
Which kind of made me kind of like, yeah, it's
got a lot of hate, but
it had a lot of hate, and it was kind of fucked up. But it was also that like, ooh, that's kind of like uncertain. Like, that's a really good idea, and
it's a little out of the box.
Maybe it was like too early, what some people are saying, because the internet's not really widely available everywhere, and the region lock stuff was kind of shit, and you could only play it in certain countries, and that being gone, like I wish they would have kind of left some restrictions, but keep it as close as possible. Because like right now, because you can just kind of put the disc in, I don't know if you can install it to the cloud anymore and then just kind of play your games from anywhere and do stuff like that.
I'm sure you can still download it digitally though, and then in that case, I'm sure it would just sit in the cloud.
Well, here's one thing is that they said that you have to keep your disc in the drive to make it work. So let's say
that bothers me.
Theoretically, like let's say I get Rise, let's say I get Forza, and let's say I get Dead Rising 3. Say I get those. You
don't want to switch discs.
Do I have to keep switching discs? Or nowadays, like I was saying, let's say I'm playing say I'm playing Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm like, oh, I want to play Dead Rising 3 with Dan. Join the match with Dan. Is it going to be like, oh, no, we can't do that. You got to put the disc in first. It's like, oh, well, fuck. Like,
Why do I have this voice recognition shit?
yeah,
if
it kind of puts
this?
a kind of like a block there now, which kind of, I don't know how they're going to do that. So it was kind of neat to kind of think that as much as there was not much space on the drive, I don't know. I wish, I don't know.
I wonder
wanna have
if
more answers.
they could do some sort of like when you sign up for your console,
Yeah.
opt into
Yeah,
this. Like,
Yeah, that's. I
That'd
was
be cool.
just thinking that. Where
so
it was
the
like,
people that really don't fucking want this can be like, no, opt out, keep
Yep.
the DRM the
keep
way
the
it used to
DRM
be.
at the.
But everyone that is always online and always connected, like all of us are, can be like, yeah, okay, I'll have your always online stuff with all the perks included.
Yeah, like it'd be nice if they had that tiering system, but at the same time, that also opens up the weird floodgate of you gotta be, pay this little extra bit, and you can get this neat little feature that we've built, but we're not offering it for free.
Yeah.
It brings into this kind of sleazy business plan that could really arise from this. That if I feel if that sub market or that sub product comes out of the Xbox One, it's just gonna really put me off of it. I have no problem checking yes and saying always on DRM, no problem. But if you're making me pay for that, that's the same issue I've got with Xbox Live Gold right now.
I wish they would have had like some sort of middle ground where almost make it sort of Steam based. Like, you know how you'll buy like the disc based copy and you open it up and there's a key that you kind of put onto the Xbox and it'll work. But then what they would have is that it checks online to see if you still own that game. Or sorry, it checks online on your account to verify that you still kind of own it, sort of. But then, say if you're offline and you haven't went on for a while, it's like, we don't know if you still have that. Can you just put the disc in just for like a second, and then you can take it back out again just to verify that for like another 30 days or something?
Oh yeah, like
put the game back in for a second.
Like,
okay. Like I know that doesn't
a
make
time
sense.
key.
Yeah.
No, that system would make sense for people who are not always online.
Yeah.
Because if they're not always online, they probably don't really have an issue with switching the
But then
disc.
what you could probably do is install on like 10 Xboxes and be like, okay, I'm just putting it all in.
Yeah, like there's
But
just
I don't know.
there might be you might have to have a ticker or a tally or something like.
Yeah.
There's never without having always on DRM, you are not going to stop piracy
Because,
it's not. There's no real general solution because you're not going to be in the home with them. You can't determine and view what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
one thing I'm sad about, and I was also kind of talking to Dan today, and since the family plan thing is kind of like scrapped now, I was telling him like it would be really cool if say if we all would have gotten Xbox Ones and we all kind of, okay, Devin, you're on my family plan, I'm on Dan's family plan, like we're all kind of sharing each other's plans. In the long run, like what we would do is, let's say Halo would come out, we're obviously all gonna buy Halo to play multiplayer. But you know how like me with my Steam library is kind of like ridiculous because of people like gifting me stuff and stuff that we have to dry run and things that I just like buying to test out. Stuff like that would be cool because we'd each have the multiplayer games and we wouldn't buy one copy and share it. We'd each have that. But for like a library like mine, or let's say Dan wants to buy like an Xbox Live Arcade game, we could all try it, and that would have been like a really cool kind of.
Well, did you see the
setting
way
to-
that like library sharing thing worked, where it was like
One person could
you
check it
can
out.
always play your games no matter what.
Yeah.
But then one other person
could try it
can
as well.
try stuff can like borrow your library
Yeah.
at the same time.
But that's what I mean.
But
Is
then while they're borrowing your library, someone
can
can still
access it.
borrow theirs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Is like we would chain it so that we wouldn't all play the same game because you couldn't do that. But if ever you guys wanted to try one, I could be like, okay, yeah, Dan, go ahead and give it a shot, like, and see if you want to go buy that now.
And then I could see that Dan had tried that out, and I
was
could
like,
say
oh,
like,
yeah,
oh, Dan
Yeah.
tried that out. Well,
yeah,
maybe
he's
I'll see
done,
what's
and
up
then
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like
stuff like that would have been cool. But now that all that is scrapped, at least for the foreseeable future, it's kind of like
It's
that would have been a
disappointing.
cool feature. And as much as it wouldn't have been available everywhere because of some restrictions and stuff, I don't know. It's sad to see that kind of little step
forward,
kind of
taken back.
just taken back to just being like a 360 with better stuff in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like there needs to be more of a hook, and yeah, I know we were kind of hating the shit out of the Xbox One in the last.
Well, it was very easy to make fun of.
Yes, they said it so
It's the
easily.
perfect way to put it. It was really easy.
It was really easy, and I feel that if they're revising all of their innovation, and yeah, some of it was shitty innovation, but it was innovation nonetheless. That
It was
Well,
different.
Like
it was
shitty
different.
on the surface.
Yeah.
But maybe it had a purpose.
maybe it had a purpose, and people, and I was guilty of it too. Just take it straight up for face value. Always on DRM. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But the reason why they should have definitely marketed that differently of, yo, we've got always on DRM because we've got this fucking wicked sweet family sharing.
Yeah.
Like they didn't put the benefits up front, before they said the bad. You got to put the good with the bad, and always put the good first, because then it soothes the bad a little bit.
But could you imagine if say a game like Last of Us would have come out on the Xbox One, and I beat it in like that weekend? Imagine if I was like, Devin, that game was fucking sick. Go ahead and try it. Like go beat play it. I'm like if it was a single player only game, I'd be like, just go play it. Like, I know that's really shitty on Microsoft's standpoint. It's like they don't get that sale, but
at the same
for the consumer point, that's super sweet.
Also,
that
you've got everyone in this environment and they're sharing games and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but what they could have done would have been like, yo, you want to try this game out? We're gonna give you more of a taste than what a demo would have been.
Yeah.
You can play the first 3 3 hours of this 15-hour game.
kind of like what PS3 does with live. What is it? Time demos?
Yeah, the time
Those are
demos
cool.
where it's like, you can play this game for 3 hours, do whatever the fuck you want in this game for 3 hours, but after that 3 hours, you're locked out. And if I like that game, I can guarantee you, after I put 3 hours into that game, I'm going to go out and buy it, regardless of the price. If I put 3 hours of my life into it and I like it, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
and it's that kind of thing where it's like, I got more than a demo's worth out of this game.
Exactly.
But like, well, Riccio's still kind of playing it. I don't have access to it all the time.
Maybe I'll
so
go purchase
buy
it,
my
yeah.
own copy.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, if you would, let's say you would download that, you'd readily already have the entire game on your hard drive.
And
It would
you get
just
to keep your saves.
It would
Yeah.
be keep your saves, but it would also just be there, and it would probably just be like, oh, you can't play that right now, but if you hit X, you can probably buy it. If
Yeah,
you, want.
you can
Just
buy the
unlock it.
digital copy.
Yeah.
$59.99. Would you like to buy the digital? I would have immediately been, fuck yes, give me that copy right now. Unlock my game.
So like
Simple.
all that stuff that I kind of got excited about, which does sound really cool for us, but that's because we're lucky enough to have like a good internet connection and all that stuff. But for a lot of people, like for everybody out there who is either going to be like on an army base and all the stuff that they talked about, or in countries where you can't even have access to the Xbox One, now with the changes they've done, it's like, okay, I understand that now this is going to be really great. But it sucks to kind of lose that little push forward and what would have maybe been a really cool step.
The equalization sucks for the people who were already dealt with, like who would have reaped the benefits, that they've lost that benefit, but it's great for everyone else. And I see why they did it. I understand why they did it. It's kind of weird now that they're backpedaling and it feels like they're just trying to do damage control.
Yeah.
And I don't know
That's
if
exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's just damage control. But at the same time, good on you, Xbox, for making it more readily accessible to people. But maybe you could have tried to do that without
But the thing
screwing
is
everyone.
now that this is like damage control, sort of like now they can be like, okay, now it's gonna be like the Xbox 360. But now I feel like now they can kind of get a little bit farther and kind of poke at, okay, maybe if we do the family thing and then get those things to check. Like now you know I have like the paywall to apps. Now you can have like a sort of barrier to, if you have a constant connection, like if you do actually check every 24 hours, then you kind of get these features.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And I definitely feel like that's going to be hidden behind a paywall.
Oh, we lost Kumar again.
That will be hidden behind a paywall. I can almost guarantee you that, just because you're going to have to pay for the servers.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing on that case, because I am willing to pay to allow my friends to play my game. That's not an issue. But I don't want to have to, make it worth my while. Not just fucking give me shit. Like, don't hide my Netflix behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you for that.
Okay. Well, if you want, Devin, you can have it not be on the paywall by hooking up a PS4 or a PS3 or a 360 to it with already
Actually,
gold, and then put it in the HDMI port and then watch it.
You know what's really funny is when I first got Netflix, I only watched it on my PS3.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I didn't watch it on my PC, none on my laptops, only on my PS3.
Well, Netflix launched in Canada first on PlayStation 3. So.
We lost Kumar again. I'm just gonna mute him.
So, like, it makes it easily accessible.
Yeah.
And then when I tried to do it on my Xbox 360 and I had gold, it was like I had to jump through all these crazy hoops, and I went, "Yo, fuck you! PS3 just asked me for my username and password. That's it. I'm going back to them."
But yeah, anyway, that's crazy Xbox stuff. Moving on to other news.
All these are kind of like smaller things.
Yeah, all
compared to
the other
we
things.
was talking
Oh,
about.
actually, well, to jump into to keep with the PS3 and Xbox stuff, PS4 recently got a patch.
PS3 recently got
PS3, sorry, recently got a patch firmware 4.45. Apparently, it was bricking systems yesterday. The funny thing about that is that it wasn't every system. Apparently, it was Slims that it was affecting more. Actually, I'm gonna.
I heard that it was mostly ones with upgraded hard drives.
Oh, okay, that would make sense then.
Okay.
So the funny thing about the way this patch was kind of told to me, there was a buddy from the channel called Skinned, and he was just sort of like, "Oh, dude, that new patch came out. You should go download that new patch. It fixes. You can like turn off trophy notifications and stuff." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." So I ended my cast, whatever, and I downloaded the patch, and then it installs, and I'm not even looking at my screen anymore. And then I sort of looked back at my PC, and he's like, "Dude, it's like breaking PS3s. Like, is yours okay?" And I look back over, I'm like, "Well, mine's working. Like, I'm in the menu." So I turn it off. Stupidly, I turn it off and I turn it back on, and it was totally fine. I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like, I'm so lucky mine didn't fuck up, because Dan and I are enjoying like a shit ton of Last of Us. Like, that'd be the worst time for it to die right now. Like, I wouldn't want it.
Well,
I wouldn't have the money to buy another one. So
The joke that's going on right now is they're replacing the brick in The Last of Us with bricked PS3s, and like people are like photoshopping them into like gameplay and stuff.
oh god.
So there's like gifs of Joel smashing a infected with a PS3
Yeah,
like
it's a
in the
brick.
face. It's really funny.
So they did say if you did manage to get it, if you got yours bricked, apparently tomorrow when they fix the upload, which is probably going to be, no, it's tomorrow. No, today. It's today. By today when they fix the upload, if you boot up into safe mode, which I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure if you
I know
Google
how.
it.
You have to hold down the power button for 10 seconds, hear a triple beep, then you have to tap it once, and then it loads up in safe mode.
Okay, so if you go to safe mode and you select option 6, you should be able to do the update and have it fix itself. So give that a shot if that did happen to you.
Was there a safe mode in the 360?
I do not think so. All I remember is that there's that stupid option where you go like right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, bumper, 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 bumper. It's do you want to delete and format all your random crap? And I was like,
Surprise! Already did.
But anyway, so another random news: War Z is no longer known as the War Z. It is now known as Infestation: Survivor Stories.
Weird.
That's fun.
Maybe too much bad press on.
Yeah, rebranding. Yeah.
Maybe
Damage control.
because now they can redo a sale on Steam, but with that new name, and people are like, "Whoa, that looks like War Z, but better." And it's
Oh wait, it's worth it.
yeah.
You're getting screwed.
In other news, Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, got a teaser today. Showcased more brutal ass stuff.
Yeah,
And also some sick ass background music.
yeah,
so.
and a crazy amount of angry people beating hookers and Russians.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It was. I'm excited for that.
It looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see what it's gonna be. I already did that one. Oh, I totally open too. So Steam got a sort.
Oh, this weird leaked
What is it?
thing.
Steam got a beta participation sort of.
You haven't heard about this, Devin?
It's
No.
a Steam beta.
Fucking blow your mind.
The Steam beta update that came out. People went through some of the code for it, and they found 3 lines of code. One was Steam UI _ join dialog _ shared license _ title shared game library, and stuff such as owner text and borrower text. So words text would pop up such as, "Just so you know, your games are currently in use by borrower. Playing now will send borrower a notice that it's time to quit," or "This game is currently unavailable. Please try again later, or buy this game for your own library." So maybe.
You will be able to lend Steam games.
Yeah, all Xbox One style. So thank you, Steam, for making that step forward.
Is so fucking
Why didn't
funny.
anybody think of this before? Steam, you're great. No,
Like that's so funny where it's like, yo, Xbox One's doing this. All right, roll it out. We've already had this in development. Fucking just roll it out, guys.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder what ideas Valve has. It's like, all right, we just wait for somebody else to try and do it.
It's interesting seeing like the way this information comes out though, because with Xbox One it was kind of buried under like, oh, it's fucking DRM and stuff, which PC has, but then people are like scrounging Steam update code, being like, oh fuck you guys.
And then Valve's like, oh, you found it.
Yeah.
Oh, you. All right, we were gonna tell you next week, but we'll tell you now. Like, I don't know. That I just find that to be phenomenal. Good on you.
One random thing with Steam is for everyone jumping on that trading card thing, 5 more games now have trading cards. We have Serious Sam 3 BFE, Super Meat Boy, Brutal Legend. I don't know what the other ones are. Anodyne and Blocks That Matter.
Oh, Blocks That Matter.
Yeah.
I've never played Blocks That Matter, so
Game interested me, but I didn't finish it.
Nice.
I find this relevant to my interests.
Nice. Now Another stuff, frictional games, people who make Amnesia, who made Penumbra and all those sweet, sweet, sweet games, are actually looking for people to hire for their next horror game. And they're taking everything they've learned from the Amnesia games and making it into something else.
So what are they looking for?
I don't know.
Gameplay
programmer / designer to employ full time. But the important thing is that Amnesia Machine for Pigs is not out yet, and they're already working on their next crazy horror game.
Why don't you send in a resume, Riccio?
No, I will send them a scream and be like, stop. In other cool news and very happy news, Gunpoint, the person who made it, managed to re-get everything that his budget back in 64 seconds of development.
Oh, I heard this.
However,
What?
Yeah.
all that's only
No,
because
listen.
Game Maker 8, the thing that he used to make it, was $30.
And that's all he considers as his development cost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, he did say that within whenever he launched, he made so much money that now he quit his job and now he's fully in indie developer and he's hiring people.
That's really cool.
So pretty cool.
So Game
Good for
Maker
him.
8 is what I need to get.
Yes, apparently to make stuff like Gunpoint, which is pretty cool.
That's good because I've
And it's
actually
apparently $30.
because I've actually been designing something that Dan knows about.
His fucking fever dream prepared that idea in a car on the way home one night.
Yeah.
Fucking both dead tired. Just what if it had this?
Perfect.
So in the new 3DS,
It's all part of our PR rollout. We're not talking about it right now.
No.
3DS got a firmware update which allows you to back up save files from games that you've downloaded,
Oh, really?
which is I guess something you couldn't do before. As well as they added 4 new games that you could play from Street Pass. They had it was like Dungeon and one where you just kind of trade pictures and make pictures with pieces of pictures that you Street Pass from other people. Now they added Street Pass Squad, which is a shoot 'em up good feel Kirby's Epic Yarn style thing. A Ocarina of Time 3D developer Grezzo's Street Pass Garden, a strategy title called Street Pass Battle from Spike Chunloft, people who make Virtue's Last Award, and Let's Tap from Prope's Haunted House Mystery Street Pass Mansion. So there's some more shit. I fucked that last one up. But anyways, there's like
Trap.
a few games,
Bitch.
and that's kind of neat because Street Pass stuff is super sweet. And except for that stuff, apparently it's only available on Japanese ones.
Do you see that you Street Pass more stuff now that you actually bring your 3DS around with you?
Not when I go downtown to where I work, though. When I go to college, yes. But
Nobody
apparently
likes-
most of those games are only on the Japanese one, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or at least in some regions, but not in North America yet.
Fair enough.
Japan
But the
first.
the backup stuff is available in North America or everywhere. So sweet. Yeah. Oculus Rift now has $16 million in funding, which I believe means that they're officially going to make it a commercial product.
Oh, nice.
Is that what it is? I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that's what they need. Have you seen that?
Apparently, they had the 1080p version.
At E3, and
E3.
apparently it's phenomenal.
Have you seen that?
Porn minigame that they
No,
made for
no,
it?
no,
Okay.
no.
It's coming. It's coming. It's probably not the best subtitle for
I
that.
can't remember, think of the name of it now. It's the platform that you can use in tandem with the Oculus. I linked it to you guys like a week
Oh,
ago.
the Razer
Oh, the
thing?
No, it's
oh,
not-
no. Oh, the stupid.
treadmill.
yeah, the
thing.
stupid treadmill that's like a low friction platform that you can stand on and like.
I couldn't possibly go back in our group chat and find that.
No, no, but I'll try and
Even with the stuff that's happened today, it would have been impossible.
Yeah, no, but like it's this low friction. It looks like half a ball that's been cut out, and it's got all these grooves in it. And you wear these special shoes that have a little slot that falls into the groove, so you won't slip on the surface. But what it's supposed to do is you can jump on it, you can run on it, you can do everything, and it's got this like little belt that you click into, and it's
So it does keep you in place.
so it keeps you in place, so you won't fall and you won't hurt yourself. But it's like this completely like low friction surface. So you like they were showing like Battlefield 3 with an Oculus Rift, and this dude just like fucking hammering down on this platform and just booking it, and like it wasn't even moving or shaking at all.
Oh, wow.
And it's like it's being kickstarted.
So
right
he
now.
was he running to make the game sprint? Like is
Yeah,
that-
like
oh,
he was,
wow.
and it will map all of your. It's got motion sensors in the bottom of it, as well as it's got sensors, non-powered sensors in the shoes, so it can judge how hard you're running, how hard you're jumping, how high you're jumping. Like it just maps everything, and it maps it to the game. So if you want to sprint, they were showing Skyrim as well. if you want to run in Skyrim, you run in Skyrim. And the guy had made. I've seen another guy who made gutted a Xbox 360 controller and turned it into gloves. So when he moves his fingers, it's like different things on the. So like if he moves, like if he clicks 2 fingers together, it makes a fireball on his character. So like that's how he was casting spells and stuff. So it's this fucking crazy ass glove you can like mirror in with it too, and just like turns everything into fucking VR. It's phenomenal.
It's happening.
It's pretty cool.
We're hitting singularity.
Oh Jesus, that game is really good too.
Riccio will just become porn.
I heard that game.
What the
was really
fuck?
good.
Okay. Anyway, in other news, Oculus Rift looks really cool.
State of Decay.
State of Decay sold 550,000.
550 million units.
No, 550,000 on Xbox Live Arcade, and
It is
officially,
the fastest selling original game on Xbox Live Arcade.
yep. They've officially said that. Oh, we've been totally working on a PC version, and it's going to be due out on Steam soon. Apparently,
And also, they'll be making a sandbox mode
Yep.
or something.
they didn't explain really what it was though.
because I
but
think that game's already pretty
Yeah.
sandbox.
I think what it is that you know how you start with Marcus.
Oh, maybe it's just like
random
fresh
dude.
character, go.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
that's
it's
what it
a
is.
fresh character, and then literally it'll probably start you in a safe house, and then
With, like-
find people. Just go, and then there'll
Maybe
be no
you just
story.
start with the one radio person, then that's
Oh yeah,
or
that's
something.
it. Yeah. So that'll be really cool. I can't wait to see what that's gonna be like. But I'm also probably gonna rebuy it on PC as well. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad they've sold a shit ton of copies. That game is fucking.
How much
sweet.
was that game?
$20?
$20.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
it's
That's
really
a
good.
decent chunk of change.
Yeah.
I almost kind of
what-
want to just let it go and see how long it takes.
Animal Crossing style.
Yeah, and just
What's crazy?
see when everyone is dead.
What's crazy though is they rolled out a title update to fix
It's
certain
$11
bugs.
million.
To fix certain bugs in the game, except for what happened is
Revenue.
that you download the title
Not necessarily
update.
profit.
You download the title update for State of Decay, except for it doesn't actually install the patch for some reason. So they have to put another patch out to take that patch and actually install the patch.
Patching the
fucked up. I'm
patch
hitting buttons
while you
on my-
patch while you patch.
Yeah, so they messed up. Yeah.
What else we got?
On Steam Greenlight, 7 new games are being greenlit. We have The Forest. We have Dread Out, which I've heard a lot of good stuff about. We have Assetto Corsa, which is a racing game. We have a sweet-ass gun shooting game that I used to play when I was way younger. The first one was Guns the Duel. This one's Guns 2, the second duel. So psyched for that. And a really cool game that's been on Kickstarter, Stonehearth, which is kind of like a SimCity sort of dungeon crawling everything.
Stone Hearth.
Stonehearth.
Fire.
Is it Hearth?
Hearth.
It is, okay, Stonehearth.
You said
Stonehearth.
Stonehearth. Stonehearth. I've been saying Stonehearth. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Go
But
through this again.
and then also something called the Heaven Benchmark. It's a benchmarking tool. But that's cool. Excited to see that Dreadout will be on Steam and Stonehearth.
Yo,
Hearth?
I like how you visibly say the word slower
Hearth?
when you try to
Stonehearth.
Okay.
But
I
anyway.
just want to say something really quick about the Steam adding programs in now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really fucking cool shit that they're just like randomly adding in
Yeah.
every single day
With achievements.
with achievements too, which is like,
What?
yeah, like I was scoping out a modeling kit,
Okay.
and it was
Let's go down a modeling job and
yeah, no, but it was like you made your first sphere, and it's just like what?
That's pretty good.
I should mention that somebody's in the chat's mentioning paranautical activity,
Paranautical.
which is a game that's on not
Is
what is it? Not Capsule.
The
What's that?
indie one?
Indie one.
Desura?
Desura, thank you.
Capsule?
That game was available for $1 like a week ago, and I bought it. So
So is
apparently
it
it's getting a massive patch as well. So
is
that's
it
gonna be sweet.
Paranormal Activity but on a boat?
It's Binding of Isaac first-person shooter.
Oh, that one.
That
Oh fuck yeah! Why didn't you tell me? God damn it, Riccio!
I forgot. It was at
You're the
work.
worst friend ever.
Thank you.
You killed my cat.
Thank you. Whoa.
I will avenge you, Fluffy.
That's it for news.
I will also note just one last thing in The Last of Us where Ellie goes, "I never asked for this." I went, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, that's right.
We've got releases. Oh my god, we didn't realize that Fist Puncher came out this week. All right, next week we've got some releases coming out. We've got Company Heroes 2 for the PC.
Why are you skipping that very first one? What's the first one?
Right to hell,
Fine.
retribution.
We have Game and Wario coming out for the Wii U, which apparently I don't know. Haven't.
I've heard good things about
WarioWare.
that.
What do you want?
Apparently it's really there's not as many mini games
Ew.
as there should be, and I don't know. I heard wonky stuff. I don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but I heard there's some wonky stuff with it. I'll reserve judgment because Nintendo could probably pull something off. Anyway, point is, We got Ride to Hell Retribution coming out for the 360, PS3, PC. Company Heroes 2 for the PC. Project X Zone for the 3DS. Don't know what that is, but I've also heard that name thrown around. We have Murumasa Rebirth for the Vita. We have Shadowrun Returns, which actually got pushed back till July. That's a lie. We have Deadpool for the PS3 and 360. Or is it only PS3? Why is it only saying PS3? Anyway.
Because this site is not always 100%.
Yeah, as well as some weird stuff called Towerfall for the Ouya. Devin, are you going to buy that?
No.
All right, we have Citus Lambda
Where's
for
my Ouya?
PlayStation Vita.
What is that? Can you click on that?
Citus Lambda. We're going to click on this. We're going to learn. It's developed by
Rhythm
free to
game,
play,
I lost interest.
10
It
songs.
looked really fucking good on that
60 more
thumbnail.
unlockable music game.
I very quickly lost interest.
I forgot that Kumar is still dead. We're going to try to call Kumar back.
Rhythm game.
Not yet. No, don't do
I
it.
know.
Okay.
Rhythm game.
All right, so moving on to comments.
Thanks for filling there, David.
You're welcome. I do what I can.
Devin, you feel real good.
Okay, that's the
Anyway,
title right there. Devin, you feel real good.
No, all right. So everybody in the live chat, if you guys have any questions, let them be written. We will, or if we miss some stuff, let it be written, and we will comment on it. Meanwhile, comments on the YouTube stuff. We've got I Am Persian Magic saying, damn sexy voices.
Fountain pen, by the way.
I fucked that up.
What the fuck?
Have you ever written with a fountain pen?
Demon sorcery?
You've never written with a fountain pen?
No,
We have-
I'm a pencil guy.
I'm gonna mess this up.
Pens are gorgeous.
Evan McMahon.
McMahon.
Mahon. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I messed that up.
It's probably his real name.
Please let us know if
Get a
if we messed that up.
username. No.
No. He says, I know I probably get a lot of hate for this, but I have no problem with the Xbox One as the restrictions don't apply to me.
It's just gorgeous.
I can see where people have issues and I empathize with them. However, saying that the only thing that I'm for is the fact that devs may get some revenue back instead of the game shop, which I'm happy about. For me, I think, and this might be the way it's always been, society fears change and the unknown, and this is what is screwing Microsoft over is the unknown, if they would.
There's more to that comment.
Oh, if they would just come out and clarify everything, he left 2 comments. If they would just come out and clarify everything, I think people may be a bit more lenient towards them. However, this is just my opinion. I'm going to get both consoles for me, but I will get the Xbox One first.
We have already deeply covered this,
yep.
and the news has totally
Destroyed that.
changed your question.
Yes.
Yep. But I definitely agree with you. If they had been up straight up front,
Yeah.
probably would have been a
Which
different scenario.
you guys already said actually, where they were like, it's only online because we're doing this cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Would
Yep.
have been better.
Check out our earlier conversation, Evan. But we agree with you, and I was very psyched for what the Xbox could have been.
Yep. Swede 2 says,
Self-post a bit, but you guys got any ideas for future songs or sounds that I should analyze? By the way,
Our
read my
intro
post
song.
here at unitygaming.living.
yo,
with
that's
the
fucking awesome.
I do have another question, though, and that is, you will hate me for this, but how much trypophobia do you have? I personally have really high levels of it, and just shaking at the chills if I see too much of such material.
Can you highlight that and Google what it is?
Tryptophobia?
Trypophobia. Yeah. I think that's the thing he was talking about, though, wasn't it? Oh.
No, that's probably something else.
Oh, what is that?
What is
Click the wiki article, you motherfucker.
okay. A term for sometimes called repetitive pattern phobia was coined in 2005 by a combination of Greek trypo, punching, drilling, or boring holes, and phobia. It is not recognized in American psychiatry. Oh, I don't know. Thousands of people claim to be fearful of objects with small holes such as beehive antholes, lotus seed heads. Research is limited, and Arnold will. Okay, whatever. It's like little holes together. I used to get that a lot with ice.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
didn't
think I've ever.
The only thing that really messes me up is if there's like worms inside of it.
Oof. Yeah, that'd be gross.
That would mess me up. But like I actually really like repeating patterns. So like plaids and stuff like that.
It's not
really...
patterns. It's holes, like actual like little holes.
Yeah, no, that freaks me the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
you know when lawns are like punched, like
Yeah.
they aerate lawns. That like creeps me out.
Weird.
It's like why you punch holes in your lawn?
I remember when I used to actually, I was like in elementary school. I was like really fucking young. I don't think it was like in like third grade or something. I remember seeing punched holes. And I was like, what if the lava comes out? And I was really scared of going on the grass.
Riccio, before you
horrible.
destroy your Xbox, you open the disk tray.
Over the district, yeah. God damn it.
You should really move it.
Fucking capacitive buttons. Anyways, I was gonna say
I
Kumar.
can't
what
think
do
of
you
ever being.
Yeah, ice holes. Ice holes were
Afraid
weird.
of
There was
that
like little cracks,
it's-
edges. I don't want to
It's
touch
when
it.
they're like deep holes and I can't see the bottom. That's
yeah.
what creeps me out.
Yeah.
It's not
I
the
think
actual
that's the
holes.
Same thing. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck the Grand Canyon.
That's not what it is. Anyways. Dan, anything to add to that question, or do you not?
Do you
to
hate the
answer
Grand
first
Can-
question? What song you should analyze? Our intro song.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
all.
intro song.
Platform by Oranges.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
That would make
Or
sense
that duck
to put
song.
on our website, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Next
probably
question.
do that.
Or watchrichiosleeps.com.
I don't have music. I just probably like snore and toot or something. I don't know. Anyways,
But
Uh,
he could see that.
Court-
Oh,
gonna-
I need audio. I need a high fidelity mic.
I'm sorry if I messed this
I'll be
name up.
right back.
Courtvi, also known as Illuminati Oracle. Illuminate.
Ah,
Illuminate Oracle.
ah,
I thought it was. Oh,
yeah.
he's on my channel as Illuminati. Anyway, whatever.
Has in the past given you shit for
yeah.
calling
No,
him?
he's
No, he
giving
hasn't
me
Given Devin
shit.
No, but he's actually Illuminati in the. I'm pretty sure.
No.
I don't
Just
know.
fucking read the question.
The comment is going to never stop calling you Altar Boy Riccio. I hope you realize that.
Then you can call him.
And he has
You wanna
been.
know what that says? Illuminate Oracle.
Yeah, I know, but I think when he's in my channel, it's an Illuminati that ends with like a. There's no.
No, because
E.
I called him Illuminati and he lost his
But-
shit on me.
I don't remember.
Bitch.
Jesus.
Not you, Illuminati.
Anyway, we have Mr. Link 495. He says, "Lol, just noticed you guys were in the same room. We had that split going on.
Oh,
You
yeah,
probably saw
yeah,
my-
yeah,
My
that
head on the
crazy.
top. We have Jazzmaster 909 saying, "Any thoughts on Rise of the Triad reboot?"
What's that?
That's-
Yeah, I don't
what
have
is-
any
It's like
thoughts
an
on-
id Software, not id Software, but it was like one of those old school shooting games, and
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Wolfenstein people making it
Old
again
school
or something.
shooting
I don't know. I don't have any
It's a
thoughts
thing.
on it because I
So,
never played
it's
the
a game.
original. I think I'm too young, but
It's a game on a video screen.
yeah, it's a game on a video.
That's
screen.
my thoughts. It's going to have pixels.
I'm not sure what to say.
I can guarantee you that.
I know I've heard a lot of good stuff about the old one,
Ricio's
even though it's
face has
super
pixels.
old school. So there's a chance that they could
Impactful.
remake this one and it could be cool, but I don't
Where's
know enough
my new
about
Rogue
it.
Squadron?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
have any pixels.
I don't know enough about it.
Phil
to-
Spencer, shut up and tell me about the next Crackdown.
Anyways,
Why were you wearing a Crackdown shirt?
we don't know enough about it to really answer your question. We're sorry, Jazzmaster.
Maybe he's just trying
We're
to
sorry.
reduce the amount of cracks. Just cracking down on cracks.
We're sorry.
Where's the Crackdown?
The Sugar Jack says at the beginning it said episode 68 unsub. Just kidding. I love you all too much. And Ricio's soothing, sexy voice. That sexy voice is creepy as hell. Also, I fucked up on the 68.
Really?
Yeah,
Ah.
I was too tired. We ended way too late. Anyways,
Not
we
the
have
case today. We are fucking on it.
Kinda.
I want to go play
Miss-
more Last of Us. I'm out.
Mr. Fuzzy Blue Panda says you guys should do more Binding of Isaac. There's no multiple A's, but
Binding of Isaac.
we'll probably try to get to that at
Oh,
some
that
point.
peaked really loud.
I know
Sorry.
that Kumar wants to come by and do some more
That's
with
got to be a
Devin.
Kumar and Devin thing
Yeah.
if it ever comes back.
So at some point,
So-
whenever they can get over to my place,
Plus,
we can get that recorded for you, Mr. Blue Fuzzy
make
Panda.
sure you refresh the page.
Fuzzy
eh?
Blue Panda. I will. We have Ransom Purvis saying, out of Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, who do you think you could live without if they just stopped tomorrow?
Probably Nintendo, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
weirdly saying that.
I thought
Because
that,
like
but I don't know.
I don't play a lot of Pokemon games, and I don't play a lot of Nintendo franchises.
Well,
so-
here's the thing. He says if they just stopped tomorrow, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because most of the stuff that I like in Nintendo has already been made. I'm not anticipating anything new from Nintendo.
What
but
happens-
if they were to say like wipe everything
Off
that
the-
they've ever made from
Yeah.
existence, it'd probably be Microsoft.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a lot of first party stuff.
that would probably be it. There would be no Halo.
But
Oh well.
Yeah, I'd go with Nintendo, I guess.
Well,
as
there would be Marathon though, which is like Halo.
As long as I can continue 999 and realize what happens without it being deleted off the face of the earth, then we're good.
They don't wipe memories though. They just like it disappears one day.
They don't wipe memories. They hit you in the bat. Hit you with the bat.
hit you in the back.
Sorry, they already hit me with the bat. My brain is numb.
Or they just remixed you.
Yeah.
Remember me
Oh,
style.
God. Did you finish that?
No.
Devin.
I played The Last of Us.
Devin.
Why the fuck am I gonna play that shit game?
what game?
Which one?
Remember
Last
me.
of Us? Oh, dude, it's not shit. That game is
No,
good.
it's not bad. I just remember me just kind of takes its face and
Remember The Last of Us.
Oh,
Last of Us takes
me.
Remember Me's face and smashes it into the corner of a desk repetitively, and then
Nilin is
leaves
cool,
it down.
though. Anyway, moving on to the next question. We all agree on Nintendo, I guess?
Yep.
Kumar? Good. Alchemy Reborn says, thanks for the info, guys. The coding side is pretty cool, and I never thought of getting into the sound aspect of games. I just started researching that. Now I can't wait to go to school for the first time in my life. So since I'm on the topic of school, what did you guys study if you went to college or some other type of school? And what career or careers are you looking to get into? Is Unity helping you in any way, like with advancing your skills in coding or editing or stuff like that?
Well, we all went to college for the same thing.
Except for I went before for game dev, like I said.
Yeah.
And I dropped the fuck out because fuck that course.
And I actually...
Dan's talking about another one, the tech
Not the
support.
game dev one.
No. And I
got a job in tech support instead of graduating the course.
And I went to university and have a biology degree, which is the equivalent of nothing.
Just garbage, holding garbage.
I am holding garbage.
But you know how to take that garbage and mix it
you
into a
paid
Molotov.
that I paid like 50 grand for. It's fucking wonderful. I've never seen a more expensive piece of paper in my life. Ever.
Jeez.
It has a little bit of gold on it. I could scrape that off when, the apocalypse comes.
So we all three of us went for some tech support thing. This is how we met most of each other.
Well,
I knew some of you guys.
we
a
met
little
on,
bit in my brain before I had it like.
What's the thing? Cute? Is it eHarmony? Yeah, we met on eHarmony.
And then there's that old man just sitting next to us like.
You guys are a perfect match.
But we're not. What the hell?
Here's a little Asian son to adopt.
I like that you have a random fucking joke that you just brought up from one passing commercial that we saw like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was really good though. It was a fucking great joke.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So we went
So
to
Riccio
that.
and I are a couple.
No. Couple of guys, then we're up to no good. Started making trouble in
my
the neighborhood.
neighborhood.
But anyways, no, yeah, we went.
I'm
to
not
that.
sending you off to your prince in Bel.
No,
to be the prince of Bel Air.
To my prince in Bel Air.
He's looking for soft Italians.
That sounds so disgusting. Anyway, so we studied tech support. What career or careers are we looking to get into?
I'm already in my career.
So am I.
What are your careers?
IT.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted one of us to say it. IT, I guess. Although I would enjoy becoming an entertainer. Ladies. Really? Just I want to be like, I'll fix your computer and fix your heart, and then just kind of like, just
What the fuck?
crab dance. You sidestep crab dance over to the computer, and then you just kind of repair it, and then you just crab dance back out.
Like,
Perfect.
You don't even get paid. The lady's just
no.
staring at you like,
What the fuck is happening? No,
You're Dr. Zoidberg?
but yeah, no, that'd be fun.
Oh, fuck this goddamn.
Entertain.
I'm done. Refresh that page.
I did already. It doesn't go anywhere.
All right.
Is Unity helping you in any way with advancing your skills in coding or editing and stuff like that?
It's
editing?
fun.
Sure.
It's fun.
Also speaking. No.
You don't speak well.
No.
Darp.
No,
I
I'm
have
getting better
learned
at
to
some
get conversations back on track.
Yeah.
Quite well.
Bep.
That's about it. So,
And Dan staring me down.
questions in the chat. We've
I
got
told you I learned how to get conversations back on track.
questions or comments in the chat. Sorry, let me reiterate that. Hardia says Riccio is going to cancel his PS4 pre-order and just get an Xbox One. False. I'm going to get both so we can make some cool content.
False. Riccio's dead.
Anyway, we have.
Thank you, everybody.
hold on.
Oh, we've got another one?
We've got. Devin, what's your opinion on T-Boy Rebirth?
The fuck?
What?
Well,
Any other questions?
can I Google this?
Yeah, what is T-Boy?
T-Boy Rebirth. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Oh,
Oh,
it's real good.
yeah. Let's.
What is this?
Can't wait for that shit.
That's gonna be...
the Vito one that's coming.
Oh.
out.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking phenomenal.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
iOS.
Yep.
Ooh.
Nope.
Canceled.
Yep.
It's actually like a demate, so it's gonna be like 8-bit
Yep.
graphic.
It's gonna be really kick-ass. I'm actually super
Well, I
excited
should
for
say
it.
pixel art, not 8-bit.
Pixelated.
We have Skeptic Reaper in the chat saying, by the way, Rachel, I am Evan. And you, I refute everything. Scratch the you?
Excuse me? Did you just have a stroke?
All right. No. I understood what he said, but then I just didn't read it
Does
right.
half your face not work now?
I don't know how to look.
A stroke is like that. It's just like this side goes down. Not like you're not One side, Riccio. Drop one.
Okay, anyway, that was a video thing. All right, so that's pretty much it for this week, everybody. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave it down below on this video on YouTube, because that is where we read most of them. We can check Twitter, but I don't think we got anything, because I would
Never ever get Twitter questions.
I would get the
I would be
up,
surprised.
and I don't get the Pippy Poppy up, so it just is probably that the Pippy Poppy did never pop up. So I'm gonna check it and using words right now to burn time. None. Nope. We got my retweet. Never mind. That's about it, everybody.
Unity Gaming Podcast.
That's not our song at all. There's more trumpets. Worst trumpet ever. All right, so to everyone who's been watching, listening,
Dan.
if you guys have been listening to us on iTunes, feel free to check out the video version on YouTube. Feel free to leave your comments
Riccio.
there. Also to our Twitter at EunityGaming.
Kumar?
Oh no!
Kumar might be dead. Find
It's
out next
the
time.
Unity crew.
Oh,
We're on podcasting
Outlast.
for you.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I forgot to mention. He says Outlast, yes or no. Somebody played a gameplay demo of that today. Apparently, like certain like Destructor and stuff. Apparently, you can like there's no fighting ever in that game, but there's a button for hiding. And apparently, when you hide, just like in that trailer, how that dude will just kind of pull you out. It'll happen where he'll just disappear and like you're hiding under a desk or something, and he'll just fucking just appear and just rip you out, and just you have to start running again. And that sounds absolutely terrifying to go through. Cannot wait to play it on a controller, not a mouse and keyboard.
That's why I'm never
So
gonna
I'm
play
gonna
that
smash
game.
my hand on stuff.
You will all be happy to know that Riccio has a PlayStation Plus subscription, and the game will be offered for free around the PlayStation 4's launch. So he has to play it because he
Apparently,
will
most of
have
those
it.
things won't be out at launch. The 4 things they said.
Yes, around
Yeah.
launch. The only one that they confirmed for launch is Drive Club.
Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so anyways, that's it. If you guys are watching YouTube, enjoy. Check out other videos and stuff. If you're on iTunes, check out our other videos and stuff. And if you're watching other videos and stuff, check out our other videos and stuff.
Check out videos.
Videos.
I've been Riccio.
Videos. I'm Dan.
Videos. And Let's Plays. And I'm Sompy.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Kumar has
Kumar?
died.
Kumar?
Oh no!
No, he's dead. I'm dialing the police.
Hello, police.
They're dead.
Stay.
They're all fucking dead. Start the looting.